A minute. Hello. Hello. Yes. Now I think I'm audible. People watching at home, quickly tell me, am I audible now? Am I audible, everyone? आवाज आ रही है? ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है? फटाफट बताइए बच्चों. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Audio video is clear to all. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys? How was the direct tax का पेपर? Direct tax का पेपर कैसा था बच्चों? Let's rock. Yes, Baba. Let's rock. We are going to rock. पहले ये तो बता दो डीटी का पेपर कैसा था? All good? Yes, everyone? Yes, sir. Okay. Just reached home, sir. Now starting revision with you. Very good. Let's go ahead and put 100% everyone. I'm just waiting for everyone to join in quickly. Sir, बस हो गया. ठीक है बाबा, कोई बात नहीं. Mixed feeling DT के लिए कोई बात नहीं. It's okay. Sometime it happens. लेकिन टेंशन नहीं है बाबा, जो हो गया उसको भूलो. अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's go ahead and do IDT our best now. Let's go ahead and give IDT the best. ठीक है, चलो everyone quickly join in. Let's go ahead and get it started. सर IBS का टेंशन है. अरे IBS का टेंशन बाद में लेंगे, अभी बस IDT पढ़ लो आप पहले. Still not reached home? No problem बाबा, रास्ते में सुनते रहे आराम से. Here on the way. MCQs easy sir. Okay. चलो listening in bus. Very good, very good. चलो. Still on the way home. ठीक है. Now listen to me very carefully, everyone. The revision is going to be entirely in English. बीच बीच में अगर कोई बच्चों को हिंदी में बाई चांस कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ लीजिएगा. I'll go ahead and tell you in Hindi, no problem. But the revision is going to be happening in 100% English. ठीक है sir? Now listen to me very carefully. Sir, what are we going to do in this revision? In this revision today, everyone listen to me very carefully. Today, in the next 3 to 4 hours, we are going to try our best to go ahead and cover as much as GST का portion. Sir, why not custom? Baba, custom, you will be covering it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you after we finish this class what you have to go ahead and do tomorrow. ठीक है everyone? Now, I want all of you to put 100%. Forget DT का paper which is done. Baba, done is done. Now, let's go ahead and concentrate 100% on our IDT का paper. Today, 3 to 4 hours, we are going to go ahead and revise as much as possible our GST का portion, right everyone? So let's go ahead and get it started, everyone. Let's go ahead and get it started. Everyone over here now, listen. Sir, how are we going to revise? We are going to revise with the help of our chart book. Now, if you have chart book version 11, very good. If you don't have chart book 11, no problem, Baba. Whichever teacher का book you have, you can go ahead and use it and you can go ahead and revise with me. ठीक है, whichever book you have, you can go ahead and use it and you can revise with me. ठीक है, when I am going ahead and revising, one is the chart book which I will be going ahead and using. Secondly, the chart book related amendment which is available in rameshsoni.com free resources CA final May 25 folder. The chart book ka amendment which are available, this I will be using, and also the smart ka amendment PDF which I have gone ahead and provided. I'll be using that in the class. So basically, we are going to revise. We are going to revise every chapter. Wherever amendments are there, we are going to cover the amendments also quickly, right everyone? It's going to be a super fast revision. So I believe you guys have already revised your IDT earlier. It's going to be a super fast revision where we will try to cover the most important point. But we are not going to cover the entire chapter slowly. No. We are going to cover the most important points which are there along with the amendment. So let's go ahead and get it started, everyone. Is everyone there with me? Can we go ahead and start, everyone? Chalo everyone, can we go ahead and start? Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. People, please come to your chart book. The first chapter which we are going to revise now is the chapter of supply. In supply chapter, everyone, in supply chapter, Goods and service, Baba, not required to remember the definition. Only one thing you can go ahead and remember. Priority sector lending certificate, one circular is there. One circular on priority sector lending certificate is there. This point you can go ahead and remember. Just give me a minute, everyone. Just give me a minute. This AC is not working. Just give me a minute, everyone. Now, people over here, chapter number 1 which is there is supply ka chapter. In supply ka chapter, one point you can remember over here from goods and service wala definition, priority sector lending certificate. Nothing very important, Baba, but still priority sector lending certificates are what, everyone? They are not securities, they are goods and always taxable. Always remember one thing, whenever one bank is going in and supplying to another bank priority sector lending certificate, the recipient bank pays the GST under RCM. Always remember, the recipient will assume the transaction to be interstate and interstate pay, recipient has to pay IGST. This is one point which is important from the first chart. Please come to the next one, supply, everyone. Supply, we have section number 7. Yes, sir. In section number 7, the most important part, everyone, in section number 7. Section number 7 was section number 71A, 71AA. Yes, sir. 71A, 71AA. Section number 71B and section number 71C. Section number 71C, which is there, is the most important part which you should remember. 71C talks about Schedule 1. Everyone over here now, Schedule 1. Schedule 1 may, there are how many activities? 4 activities are there. Without consideration also, those activities will be considered as supply. Yes, sir. Number 1 activity which was there, permanent transfer of business asset. Permanent transfer of business asset, even if without consideration, people, on which ITC was availed, but permanent transfer of business asset on which ITC was availed. You have to remember this point, everyone. Then, sir, that will be considered as supply. Second one over here is supply between related person and distinct person. Related person and distinct person also without consideration also will be considered as supply. But here one exception was there. If gifts are given to employees up to 50,000 per annum per employee, it will not be considered as supply. Yes, sir, we remember. Other than this, the third one, principal to agent wala supply. Yes, sir. Now, if I am an agent and my boss, the principal, is over here, I am the agent, and if I am going in and issuing the invoice in my name, then principal sending me the goods, principal sending me the goods will also be considered as supply. I hope you guys remember this point. So, sir, if I am issuing the invoice in my name, principal sending me the goods will be considered as supply. Or if I am procuring the goods in my name and then sending it to the principal, even without consideration, it will be considered as supply. Remember this point, everyone. The next one over here, importation of service. If I import the services from a related person or own establishment outside India in the course of furtherance of business, Baba, remember one thing, even without consideration, importation of service from related person or own establishment outside India for without consideration but for business will be considered as supply. Done, sir. This point is clear. This schedule 1 ka 4 activities which are there, you might be able to see one small point out of it in the exam. Please take care. Now, section number 7 may, we learned section number 71A, all forms for a consideration in the course of furtherance of business is a supply. Then we learned AA, everyone. Person other than individual doing an activity with the member even with a consideration. Person other than individual, like a club, etc., doing activity with the member for a consideration will be considered as supply. Importation of service for a consideration, business, non-business, both will be considered as supply. Section number 71C, 4 activities we have gone ahead and learned. Now listen to me very carefully. If your activity over here is a supply, then you have to go ahead and see section number 71AA, 71AA, section number 71 capital A to see whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. This is okay, Baba. This is not very important, but one point which I like over here is, sir, agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate or to do an act. If I agree to the obligation that, sir, I will go ahead and refrain from doing something, not to do something, or I agree that I'll go ahead and tolerate a situation, or if I agree that I'll do an act and in return I'm receiving a consideration, remember this point, everyone, then, Baba, it will be considered a supply. There is a circular on liquidated damage which I like it, which you should be taking care over here, everyone. GST on liquidated damage, compensation paid arising out of breach of contract or other provision of GST law. You have to remember this point, very, very important from exam point of view. It says what? If you agree to refrain, tolerate or to do an act for a consideration, then it will always be considered as supply. Agreeing to refrain means what? You are agreeing that I will not do something, or agreeing to tolerate. You are telling, sir, okay, I am agreeing that I will tolerate your act, or I am telling I will do this act for you and you are giving me consideration, that what I am going ahead and doing for you is a supply of service. Here we had gone ahead and learned some points. These points, out of this point, 1 or 2 point might be you can go ahead and see in the exam, so please be careful. The first one, liquidated damage. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Liquidated damage are not consideration and are not taxable. Remember one thing, liquidated damage if you receive, they are not consideration, they are mere compensation and they are not taxable. Okay sir. Check dishonor fines. Baba, remember one thing again, check dishonor fines which are there are, sir, not leviable to GST. Remember this point everyone, it is not a consideration that you agreed that you give me a check and it will get dishonored. No Baba, check dishonor fines are not consideration, not taxable. The next one, forfeiture of salary or payment of bond in the event of employee leaving the organization before the minimum agreed period. If the employee is leaving before the minimum agreed period and we go ahead and charge him, the forfeiture of salary is done or we have taken the bond amount from him, remember one thing again, that amount is not a consideration and it is not taxable. Okay sir. Late payment fees or surcharge, Baba, if I have gone ahead and charge you late payment fees or charges, those are taxable at the rate of principal supply. Remember, it is assessed at the rate of principal supply. Fixed charges for electricity, well, electricity pay no GST, fixed charges also no GST. And cancellation charges, always remember one thing, flight booking and later you cancelled it, cancellation charges are taxable at the rate of principal supply. Remember this point everyone. Okay, this liquidated damage wala point which is there, I like it, so I've gone ahead and told you over here. The next one is, what are the activities which are neither supply of goods nor supply of service? Yes sir, we remember over here you had gone ahead and told people, do you remember the mnemonic which was there? Do you guys remember everyone? What was the mnemonic for going ahead and remembering what are the activities which are neither supply of goods nor supply of service? Can you quickly tell me everyone? Bench, flag. Yes sir. B for bond-to-bond transfer, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. E for employee to employer services in the course of employment. N for one non-taxable trade to another non-taxable trade if services are given. C for court or tribunal ka service. H for high sea sale. H for high sea sale. F for funeral burial ka services. L for land and completed building. A for actionable claim other than specified actionable claims. Specified actionable claims are what everyone? Lottery, betting, gambling, horse racing, casino and online money gaming. Done sir. Other than that, government official ka services like MP, MLAs ka services etc. also are considered as neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Yes sir, this point you had gone ahead and told. Schedule 3 items I've gone ahead and told you. Not very important but okay. This time in supply chapter, the most important point is circulars which have come. We will go ahead and talk about them. Okay, sir. Now here composite supply and mixed supply, you guys already know about it. Composite supply, always remember taxable at the rate of principal supply. Mixed supply, always taxable at the rate of highest rate. Yes sir, we remember that. Okay. Now we are going to move to circulars. In circular, the first circular which I have already gone ahead and told you. Other than that, Baba, one point which is there over here about the cost petroleum. I have seen sometimes it comes in the exam. What is this taxability of cost petroleum? Baba, always remember one thing. Whenever government goes ahead and enters into a production sharing contract with you, everyone over here, whenever government enters into a production sharing contract with you, government goes ahead and says, okay, fine, you can go and explore oil in the sea. So basically, if you are going ahead and I am a production person who is going to produce petroleum. Now, what government does is government goes ahead and gives me the license that, okay, you can go and explore oil. Now, I went to the sea and I explored oil over here. Then remember one thing, if there is any in production sharing contract, government is just the licensor. Government has gone ahead and given you the license, and here government is the licensor, you are the licensee, and whatever share of profit petroleum you are giving it to the government, that is anyways exempted from GST. Okay? And now government went ahead and told you, you can keep some petroleum out of the explored petrol, you can keep some petroleum towards your cost. Baba, remember one thing, cost petroleum is never a consideration and hence not taxable. Remember this point everyone, this is important from exam point of view. Cost petroleum is not taxable, and profit petroleum which is there, whatever profit petroleum you give it to the government, because government gave you the license to explore oil, whatever profit petroleum you give it to the government, on that the GST is exempted. Done sir, this point is clear. Other than that, okay, Baba, nothing very much important, but amendment wala points are important, which we'll go ahead and quickly talk about here in the amendment booklet. Please come to your amendment booklet. Everyone over here now. For an example, one person's car met with an accident. One person's car met with an accident and the car is totally damaged. Now, in this scenario, the insured declared value of the car is 5 lakh rupees. The insurance company went ahead and told me, sir, you do one thing, Ramesh sir. For example, my car is totally damaged, wrecked, salvaged, gone. Now, car company went ahead and told me, the insurance company went ahead and told me, Ramesh, sir, in this case, your car ka declared value is 5 lakh rupees. You can sell the scrap in the market for 50,000 rupees. And the car company went ahead and gave me only 4.5 lakh rupees. In this case, the car company never took over the salvage, the wreck or the waste of the car which is there. In this scenario, sir, the car company, when they are not going ahead and buying the salvage or the wreck from me, they are not liable to pay any GST. But the car company went ahead and gave me the full IDV, insured declared value, 5 lakh rupees for my car, and they took over the scrap. And now when they are selling the scrap in the market, are they liable to pay GST? So they went ahead and told, in this scenario, sir, they will be liable to pay GST when the insurance company sells the scrap or the salvage value in the market. Then the insurance company, because they are selling the scrap, they have to collect the GST and pay the GST to the government. This was one clarification which was there relating to scrap and wrecked car, etc. Okay? Preferential location charges. For an example, I went ahead and told one builder, Baba, who is a builder who makes real estate. I went ahead and told him, I want one building. He went ahead and told, okay, sir, we will go ahead and give you the building. He told, but sir, because it's an under construction building, we are giving you construction service, we will go ahead and charge GST. Okay. Now he went ahead and told, sir, if you want preference, if you want location like north, east, west, higher, you want your flat to be in the second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, we will go ahead and charge preferential location charge. Remember one thing, if he is giving you construction service is taxable. Whatever he charges, he takes for preferential location charges, it's just a composite supply, and on preferential location charges also, principal supply ka rate will apply. Done, sir. But sir, supposingly he went ahead and sold me a completed building. On completed building, to no GST. So preferential location charges also pay. There will be no GST. That's all, everyone. Okay, let's go ahead. The next one. The next one is over here. ESOP, ESPP, RSUs, etc. What happens in ESOP, RSPP, etc.? Everyone over here now. Listen. For example, I am an Indian company. An Indian company ka holding company is supposedly a foreign holding company I have. Foreign company is my holding company over here. You know what happened when the employee joined the Indian company told, you are providing me services in the course of employment. For your services, we will go ahead. For your services, our foreign company who is there, they will go ahead and give you shares. Shares of the foreign company will be given as ESOP to you. Okay? So basically, whatever services you are providing us in the course of employment, the foreign company will go ahead and provide you shares over here. In this scenario, the question which came was, is the foreign company, when the foreign company is giving its share to our Indian company ka employees, these are the employees of the Indian company, when the Indian companies ka employee are being given shares by the foreign company like ESOPs, etc., is the foreign company going ahead and providing the Indian company? People, see here, is the foreign company, what they are telling, whether such transfer of shares and security by the foreign company directly to the employees of the Indian company and subsequent reimbursement of the cost of shares and security by the Indian company to the foreign company can be considered as importation of financial service. Has the Indian company imported some financial service from the foreign company and Indian company has to pay GST on the financial services under RCM? Everyone, so what they have gone ahead and told over here, they have gone ahead and told, see everyone, by the Indian company from the foreign company, and whether the same is to be considered, is to be liable under GST in the hands of the Indian company under RCM. So sir, what happened over here? This is the Indian company ka employees over here. Now Indian companies ka employees gave services in the course of employment. Indian company went ahead and told, our foreign holding company will go ahead and give you the shares. So foreign company ka when shares are given, remember one thing, if foreign company ka shares on that day are listed in the stock exchange at $100 and these people went ahead and provided the shares to the Indian company and Indian company just reimbursed this $100 to the foreign company, then there is no financial service provided by the foreign company to the Indian company and Indian company is not required to pay any GST under RCM. But if Indian company goes ahead and provides any, if Indian company over and above the share price, if Indian company is paying any other amount, then remember one thing, then it will be deemed that foreign company has gone ahead and then it will be that foreign company has provided some services to the Indian company and Indian company has to pay GST under RCM. I hope this point is clear and that's all they have gone ahead and told. See, reimbursement for transfer of securities done by the Indian company to the foreign company on cost to cost basis is not treated as importation of service and not liable to GST. But if foreign company charges extra fees or commission for issuing ESOPs, etc., then it is seen as services of facilitating the transaction and GST must be. So people, if they have gone ahead and charged some $10 extra, then Baba, the foreign company has provided some service to the Indian company for which Indian company has to pay GST under RCM. That's all they have gone ahead and told. Then the GST must be paid by the domestic company on RCM basis. That's all, everyone. The next one over here is with respect to warranty replacements. Everyone, are we all 100% clear till here? People, are you guys able to recall what we had already gone ahead and studied? Can we go ahead, everyone? Quickly tell me, people. Yes, sir. We are all able to recall. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. This clarification on what liability to pay GST in respect of warranty replacement of parts and repair services during the warranty period. So what happens over here in the warranty period? They are going ahead and telling, for example, I am a distributor. One is an original equipment manufacturer who has gone ahead and made the original equipment, and I am the distributor over here. Okay, one customer came and told me, everyone over here now, one customer came and told me, sir, this mixer grinder which you have sold me, it is not working, sir. Some parts has to be replaced. Okay, in this scenario, they are going ahead and telling whether original equipment manufacturer provides warranty replacement or repair without charging the customer during the warranty is GST payable. What happened over here? For example, I am the original equipment manufacturer and customer came and told me, I am the original equipment manufacturer. Customer came and told me, sir, there is some problem in the mixer grinder which you have sold. I took the mixer grinder and told, okay, fine, this part will replace without any consideration. Is there any supply of service given by the original equipment manufacturer to the customer? Even if I have not gone ahead and charged anything, then they went ahead and told, when you originally sold the goods, you had already gone ahead and charged the customer, thinking that what if he comes in future, I have to go ahead and give him pre-replacement, and hence now when you are going ahead and giving him pre-replacement, you don't have to go ahead and pay any GST. That's all they have gone ahead and told. Everyone over here now. The next one, whether GST would be payable on replacement. So what they are telling, no further GST is payable on warranty replacement or repair if no additional consideration charge. But if additional charges are taken from the customer, then Baba, GST will be payable if you charge anything extra to the customer. Okay, sir. Next question, whether GST will be payable. Whether GST will be payable. Everyone over here now, listen. Hey Baba Vijay, here, sir, I am not over this. Baba, if you have gone ahead and charged, if the foreign company has charged anything extra on the extra amount, the Indian company has to pay GST under RCM. Is it clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Done, everyone. Over here now. Now, the next one. Sir, we are in warranty replacement. Everyone, please concentrate here. Whether GST would be payable on replacement of parts and repair provided by distributor without any consideration from the customer, or people, what they are telling, on replacement of part or repair service provided by a distributor without any consideration from the customer as a part of warranty on behalf of the manufacturer. People, 1 minute. I am the distributor, one manufacturer is there. What happened? Customer came and I went ahead and repaired the customer ka mixer grinder. What they are telling over here, have I gone ahead and provided any service? They are telling, if distributor provides warranty on behalf of the manufacturer without charging the customer, there is no GST payable by the distributor. If I did not charge the customer, I don't have to pay any GST. But if distributor charges any additional consideration for the services, then GST will be payable on that additional amount. So if I'm the distributor, I went ahead and charged something to the customer for going in and repairing, then Baba, remember, I have to go ahead and pay the GST. Simple as that. If you don't charge anything, no GST payable. If warranty replacement, you went ahead and charged anything to the customer, then GST will be payable by the distributor. The next one. In the above scenario, where distributor provides replacement of part to the customer as a part of warranty on behalf of the manufacturer, whether any supply is involved between the distributor and the manufacturer. What happened over here? One distributor is there. One manufacturer is there. I am the distributor. On his behalf, I am distributing the product. One customer came, I went ahead and repaired it free of cost on behalf of the manufacturer. On behalf of the manufacturer, distributor repaired it free of cost. When I went ahead and repaired it free of cost, Baba, nothing in the world is free. To the customer, I am not charging, but as a distributor, will I charge the manufacturer? Remember one thing, everyone. What they are telling over here, if distributor uses his own stock or people buys the part and charges the manufacturer, GST will be payable by the distributor on the supply to the manufacturer. What happened over here? Customer came, I replaced the part. I bought the part from the market, replaced it for the customer. I told the distributor, I told the manufacturer, hey manufacturer, I went ahead and repaired it for you. I want, for that part, I want 1000 rupees. If I charge 1000, I have to go ahead and pay GST on that amount. The next one. Distributor request part. Okay, what happened? Customer came to me. Everyone over here, customer came to me, told, sir, one part is there. Can you go ahead and replace it to me? I told the distributor, I'm the distributor, sorry. I told the manufacturer, sir, can you give me the part? Manufacturer gave me the part. Manufacturer gave me the part. I went and replaced it for the customer. In this scenario, they are telling distributor request part from the manufacturer for replacement without separate charges. Then no GST will be payable. Then I don't have to pay any GST. I don't have to charge. He gave me the part. I replaced it. Story over. Distributor uses stock received from the manufacturer for replacement and the manufacturer issues a credit note. Tax liability will be adjusted. What happened over here? For an example, I am the distributor. Manufacturer had already given me 10 parts with me. There are already 10 parts which he had gone ahead and given me. Customer came, I replaced one part for him. I told the manufacturer, hey manufacturer, customer had come, I replaced one part free of cost for him. My distributor told the manufacturer, customer had come, I replaced one part for him free of cost. In that scenario, the manufacturer went ahead and issued me a credit note. If he issues me a credit note, his liability will be adjusted. That's all, everyone. Okay, the next one over here, distributor uses his own stock. For example, I already had 10 parts which I had replaced, which I had received from the manufacturer. From the manufacturer, the distributor has already received 10 parts. Okay. Now what happened? Customer came, he told, one part is to be replaced. I replaced one part for the customer. And I told, manufacturer, please send me that part. He sent me that part along with the delivery challan. Any problem? No problem. Baba, there is no credit note, nothing required. Here, he will just send me the part and story over. It says what? Distributor uses his own stock, then requests the replenishment. Replenishment means he will send me the part from the manufacturer via delivery challan without separate charges. No GST is payable on this replenishment. Done, sir. The next one. Whether the distributor provides repair in addition to replacement of parts or otherwise to the customer without any consideration as a part of warranty on behalf of the manufacturer, but charges the manufacturer for the repair service by way of issuance of tax invoice, whether GST would be payable on such activity. For example, I am a distributor. Everyone over here now. I am a distributor. There is a manufacturer. Manufacturer told the distributor, you go ahead and repair it for the customer. Don't charge anything to the customer. I did not go ahead and charge for the repairing to the customer anything. But to the manufacturer, I told, sir, for repairing, I want money from you. Distributor charges the manufacturer. If you are charging the manufacturer, it's a supply for a consideration in the course of business. GST will be payable. You have to collect the GST from him and pay to the government. Done. Sir, extended warranty. 1 minute. Along with the original equipment, I only gave the extended warranty taxable at the rate of principal supply. Done. Today, I sold the original equipment. I sold the item. For example, I sold one iPad today. Customer took the extended warranty today along with it. Then it's taxable at the rate of iPad. Original item ka rate mein it will be taxable. I sold an iPad. Customer bought the iPad from me. Extended warranty he bought from apple.com. I did not sell the extended warranty. Then Baba, remember one thing. For iPad, I'll apply iPad ka rate. And Baba, extended warranty ke liye Apple will apply extended warranty ka rate. It's not a composite supply. I sold Apple iPad today. After 1 year, the customer came and took extended warranty. Then it's a separate supply. I will charge for iPad ka rate. When extended warranty is sold, extended warranty ka rate will apply. That's all they've gone ahead and told over here. Sir, if extended warranty is agreed at the time of original supply, it will be a part of the composite supply. If extended warranty is provided by someone other than the supplier, then Baba, it's a separate supply of service given by the other person. Sir, if extended warranty is agreed upon after the original supply, originally I gave the supply, after that I sold the extended warranty, then remember, supply of goods taxable at the rate of supply of goods which is there. Later extended warranty taxable at the rate of extended warranty ka whatever rate supply of service ka rate is there. That's all they've gone ahead and told. I hope everyone is clear till here. We have gone ahead and covered the circular also. People, can I go ahead and close my discussion on the chapter of supply, everyone? People, here we are done with the most important part which is there with respect to the chapter of supply. All other things which are there are okay. See, I am telling you, we can't go ahead and revise completely. Because Baba, complete revision is anyways available on my YouTube channel. We are just going ahead and covering the most important point which I believe are important from exam point of view. Is everyone 100% clear till here? Quickly tell me, Baba, are you guys able to recall what we have gone ahead and done just now? Is everyone able to recall everything? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. Listen. The next one over here, nature of supply. Baba, nature of supply, nothing very important. You can just remember what is zero-rated supply. Two things are zero-rated. One is exports Exports are always zero rated, and if you are supplying to SCZ unit or SCZ developer, that is a zero rated supply. This one point I think you can remember over here. Nothing very important from this chart. Please come to charge of GST, everyone. Please come to charge of GST. Sir, what all we are going to do today? Let's see till the time everyone is active. Let's see how much we can go ahead and cover. Everyone over here now, charge of GST. Very, very important from exam point of view is RCM ka point. Everyone, RCM ka point is very, very important. Everyone over here now, listen. Reverse charge mechanism on notified goods. People, you have to remember on what and all goods. People, on what and all goods RCM is applicable. Very, very important from exam point of view. Everyone remember one thing. It is crops belt on which RCM is applicable. Sir, what do you mean by crops belt? C for cashew nuts. Baba, cashew nuts raw, etc. Cashew nut not sealed or peeled. Whenever agriculture is supplying to registered person should pay GST under RCM. ठीक है sir. R for raw cotton pay. Raw cotton again. Agriculture is going ahead. Here raw cotton. Agriculture is supplying to registered person should pay GST under RCM. Sir, then O for old and used goods. Old and used goods, old vehicles seized and old and used goods, waste and scrap. Whenever central government is supplying, state government is supplying, union territory or local authority is supplying to any registered person should pay GST under RCM. But remember one thing, all this scrap or old goods, when it is supplied by Indian Railway, it will be always under forward charge mechanism. Indian Railway ka case mein reverse charge mechanism is not there. Remember this point, everyone. Done, sir. Then the next one, P, CROP, P for priority sector lending certificate. Whenever one bank, registered person, bank is supplying to another registered person, recipient bank has to pay GST under RCM. S for silk yarn. Remember one thing, silk yarn ka case mein, any person who is manufacturing silk yarn from raw silk or from silkworm cocoons. Baba, if you are a manufacturer of silk yarn, silk ka thread which is there, then Baba, recipient who is there, registered person has to pay GST under RCM. Remember, the registered recipient should be registered person. ठीक है sir. The next one over here, BD leaves. BD leaves का case में again, agriculture is supplying to whom? Registered person should pay GST under RCM. B, E for essential oil. Again, they have gone ahead and told in essential oils when you are supplying, other than citrus fruit wala essential oil, leave citrus fruit. Other than that, mainly it can be peppermint or spearmint, watermint, horse mint, bergamot, menthena, arvenis. Then whenever unregistered person is supplying to registered person, unregistered person is supplying to registered person, essential oil ka case mein unregistered person to registered person has to pay GST under RCM. Then Baba, essential oil done. S for supplying of lottery. Whenever lottery is being supplied by the state government, union territory or local authority, then lottery ka distributor has to pay GST under RCM. And the last one over here is belt may, T for tobacco leaves. Again, tobacco leaves are being supplied by agriculture to a registered person should pay GST under RCM. The most recent amendment in this is metal scrap has been added. What is metal scrap, everyone? Baba, nickel scrap, iron ka scrap, etc. What they are telling in aluminium scrap, iron scrap, nickel scrap, scrap. Whenever metal scrap is supplied by any unregistered person to a registered person pays GST under RCM. Remember one thing, metal scrap, unregistered person supplying to registered person should pay GST under RCM. And Baba, we will be going ahead and learning about metal scrap, that one registered person supplying another registered person ko, then what will happen? The recipient should go ahead and deduct TDS. We will be learning this in the chapter of TDS, everyone. But reverse charge mein, it's only unregistered person supplying to registered person. Metal scrap, very, very important from exam point of view. You will see one small question in the exam. Unregistered person supplying to registered person pays GST under RCM. ठीक है sir, this point you have to remember. Crops, belt plus metal scrap pay, goods pay, GST is payable under RCM. The next one over here is, sir, what are the services on which GST is payable under RCM? Very, very important from exam point of view. What are the people? You have to remember over here, it's tobacco leaf missing, and in the chart here it was unregistered person supplying to registered person. Yes, sir, we all remember this. Now, reverse charge mechanism, Baba, again. Reverse charge mechanism number one, GTA services. You will see one GTA ka point. Baba, I am not going ahead and doing all reverse charge ka entries. I am doing only the selecting one. GTA, you can go ahead and see in the exam. Remember one thing, if I am a goods transport agency, if I opt for forward charge mechanism, then I have to collect and pay. But if I have not opted for forward charge mechanism, you are the recipient. You have to pay GST under RCM. Now, in case of GTA services, recipient can be of two types. Remember one thing, in case of GTA services, if GTA is opted for reverse charge mechanism, they have not opted for forward charge, then recipient is a registered person or unregistered person, you have to see. If recipient is a registered person, TDS deductor, then it is always exempt. If recipient is a other registered person, he has to pay GST under RCM. But Baba, if GTA is going ahead and providing services to FB Scoop, factory, people with me, factory, body corporate, society, cooperative society, partnership firm. Partnership firm can be registered under Partnership Act, unregistered under Partnership Act, including LLP and AOP. Then Baba, remember one thing, they have to pay GST under RCM. If unregistered person is other unregistered person, unregistered CTP, it will be exempted. I like this point about GTA. Please take care of this. Done, sir. This point is clear. Advocate and arbitral tribunal ka services. Always remember advocate or arbitral tribunal. People, you will see in the big question one small point will be there. Advocate ka services. If you are going ahead and receiving, if you are a business entity whose last year, not current year, last year ka turnover is more than registration limit, then you are required to pay GST under RCM. People, in the big question, remember one thing. Whenever you have to pay GST under RCM, you take ITC also and you have to put it under payable in cash also. Remember this point, everyone. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, okay. Government wala point, we'll go ahead and talk in government ka chart, which is there. Here, after 5AA, one new entry has been added, which is known as entry number 5AB. What is entry number 5AB? Supposingly, one unregistered person is going, people, very important, one unregistered person, my landlord, who is given me a commercial building on rent, unregistered person is going ahead and giving me a commercial building, and I am a registered person, I have to pay GST under RCM. Unregistered person giving any immovable property other than residential property to a registered person, I have to pay GST under RCM. For example, one unregistered person is there, he has given me hoarding on rent, I am a registered person, I have to pay GST under RCM. Hoarding is attached to the immovable property. One unregistered person is there, he has given me a commercial building on rent, I am a registered person, I have to pay GST under RCM. Please be very careful about it. Important from exam point of view. It's an amendment kind entry. Done. The next one over here is, these are all okay. You guys will be able to take care of this. I don't have anything to say over here. Business facilitator and business correspondent. I really like this point of business facilitator and business correspondent. Business facilitator and business correspondent ka case mein, remember one thing. Business facilitator, F for business facilitator, is always free. No tension. If he gives to the bank, bank pays under RCM. So for him, no tension. When he takes the service from his agent, agent will collect and pay the GST. So business facilitator never has to pay any GST under reverse or forward, no tension. But business correspondent is always worried. Why, sir? When he is giving service, everyone, when business facilitator, when business correspondent is giving services to the, when business correspondent is giving services to the bank, he has to pay the GST under forward charge. When intermediary is giving services to business correspondent, he has to pay GST under RCM. So business correspondent is the bakra, he always has to pay GST. But remember one thing, business facilitator and business correspondent ka service, if it is given in rural area branch, if it is given in rural area, basically with respect to rural area accounts, then the GST is exempted. Remember this point, everyone. From the exam point of view, they can go ahead and ask this point. Done. Other than that, this point is also good, everyone. Renting a motor vehicle. If one person has rented me a motor vehicle where his consideration charge includes fuel charges also, then Baba, if any person other than body corporate, he has not charged me 12%, then any person other than body corporate giving to body corporate, then body corporate should pay GST under RCM. Remember this point, body corporate should pay GST under RCM. This point also I like it. The first point I told you about, GTA wala point, you might be able to see one question. Advocate, senior advocate, I told you already. Here, government, I'll go ahead and talk in government ka chart, everyone. We went ahead and learned about, people, all other entries are very simple. There is nothing for you to specifically remember. I think you already remember this entry. Business facilitator wala entry, I told you. Renting a motor vehicle, I already told you. These are some of the good entries which are there. Done, sir. Anything else which you want to go ahead and talk about here? Nothing, Baba. Securities lending. Remember one thing. When borrower is going ahead and lending securities to a, when lender is going ahead and lending securities to a borrower, borrower should pay GST under RCM. I have to pay GST under RCM. I should always assume interstate and pay the GST under RCM, which is IGST. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, nothing over here which is very important. I think I like these entries which I've already gone ahead and told you, people. But still, RCM, if you want to go ahead and remember what are the things on which you have to pay GST under RCM, you can just remember diagrams. Sir, what is diagrams? D for direct selling agent who is an individual, his services RCM is applicable. D for director ka services, RCM is applicable. I for insurance agent going in and giving services to insurance company, RCM is applicable. A for advocate ka service, senior advocate ka service or arbitral tribunal giving services to a business entity whose last year turnover is more than registration limit has to pay GST under RCM. G for government related service, government going in and giving services to a business entity which is a big business entity whose last year turnover is more than registration limit has to pay GST under RCM. But remember one thing, in government, Indian Railways ka service pe RCM is not there. Remember this point. Yes sir. And also I had gone ahead and told you about post, airport, immovable property, Indian Railway and transportation services pay. Baba, we had gone ahead and told excluding these services, if provided to business entity should pay GST under RCM. Yes sir, we remember government related service. R for recovery agent giving services to bank, financial institution, they have to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. R for renting a motor vehicle, any person other than body corporate to body corporate has to pay GST under RCM. A for author ka services, always publisher will pay GST under RCM, but author has one more option. Author can also go ahead and charge GST under forward charge mechanism. Yes sir, author has one more option. They can go ahead and charge GST under forward charge mechanism, but that author will take registration, also go ahead and give a declaration to his jurisdictional officer that I am going to charge GST under forward charge mechanism and I will not withdraw it for the next 1 year. And also when he gives the invoice to the publisher, in the invoice he gives a declaration that you don't pay the GST under RCM. Next, M for music composer, photographer, artist, etc. giving services. Remember one thing, the recipient which is there, the producer or the music company has to pay GST under RCM. M for members of overseeing committee giving services to RBI has to pay GST under RCM. Yes sir, this point is clear. S for security services, RCM is applicable. Securities lending, RCM is applicable. Sponsorship service given to a body corporate or partnership firm, sponsorship service given to a body corporate or partnership firm, body corporate or partnership firm pays GST under RCM. Here is diagrams everyone which we have quickly recapitulated all the RCM countries which are there. Done sir, this point is clear. People remember 9.3 is very important from exam point of view. 9.3 you will see goods and services pay, one question will come. Done sir. 9.4 sir, it's okay, nothing. Sir, what about this transfer of development right? Promoter will pay GST. Okay, Baba. If you want to read, it's okay. Chalo, everyone over here now. We are done with charge of GST, everyone. Please tell me, are we all clear till here? Charge of GST. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are you all able to recall this? People, are we all clear till here, everyone? Quickly tell me. Yes, everyone, can we go ahead? Everyone over here now, the next one is composition scheme. Sir, in composition scheme, what are the most important point you think we should be able to remembering? You should remember, sir, what is the limit for composition? Everyone over here now, if my preceding financial year, people here now, if my preceding financial year turnover is 75 lakh or 1.5 crore, 75 lakh for whom? Mantus. M for Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram. A for Arunachal. N for Nagaland, Tripura, Uttarakhand and Sikkim. Then remember one thing, everyone over here, the limit is only 75 lakh rupees. But if you are in the state of Hoja, H for Himachal Pradesh, O for other state, J for Jammu and Kashmir and Assam, the limit will be 1.5 crores. So sir, it might turn over in the preceding financial year. Everyone remember one thing, if you are going ahead and talking about the preceding financial year turnover limit 1.5 crore or 75 lakh, then Baba, you should always exclude interest or discount. Done sir. Then in the current financial year, you will be getting an option to opt for composition scheme. Sir, who are the people who are eligible for composition scheme? The people who are eligible for composition scheme are M, T and R. Manufacturer, trader, restaurant. Manufacturer pays how much GST? 0.5% of the turnover, 0.5% of the turnover. Trader pays 0.5% and 0.5% of the taxable supplies which are there. Restaurant pays 2.5% and 2.5% of the turnover which is there. Who are the people who are ineligible under section number 10.1? Remember one thing, section number 10.2 says that if you are falling in section number 10.2, then section number 10.1 may you are ineligible. MTR will become ineligible if they are manufacturer of a tip bet. Remember, manufacturer of a tip bet. Tip pay you are doing betting. A for aerated water. Manufacturer of aerated water, gone Baba. manufacturers are ineligible. Manufacturer of T for tobacco, I for ice cream, P for pan masala, tobacco, ice cream, pan masala, B for bricks, different types of bricks which are there, E for earthen and roofing tiles. Remember one thing, these people, if they are manufacturers, they are ineligible. Traders are eligible. Traders are eligible. Please be very careful. I for interstate outward. If you are going in and supplying goods and service outside the state, ineligible for composition scheme. Can I buy from outside the state? No problem, Baba. N for non-taxable goods and services if you are going in and supplying, or if you are NRTP or CTP, ineligible for composition scheme. Then for E for e-commerce, if you are supplying services, not goods, supplier through e-commerce are eligible for composition. Services, if you are supplying through e-commerce, where e-commerce will deduct your TCS, then you are ineligible for composition scheme. And S for service providers are ineligible other than restaurant and catering, and also those service providers are also eligible. One is restaurant and catering services wala is eligible, and also if you are that restaurant, if you are that manufacturer or trader or restaurant who is providing little service. Little service means marginal service. Last year का turnover का 5%, sorry, 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is higher. Last year का turnover का 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is higher. If you are going in and providing, then Baba, you are also eligible for being under composition, but you should not be providing more than that services. Please tell me, everyone, who are the people who are eligible for composition scheme? MTR. MTR will become ineligible if they are falling in mines. Manufacturer of A Tibet, A aerated water, T for tobacco, ice cream, pan masala, bricks, earthen and roofing tile. Done, sir. This point is clear. I for interstate outward supplier, N for NRTP, CTP, N for non-taxable goods and service ka supplier, E for if you are supplying to e-commerce services, and e-commerce is going to deduct your TCS. Gone, Baba, gone. As for service providers are ineligible, but only restaurant service provider is eligible. And if you are a manufacturer, trader, restaurant, and you are providing little service, little service means last year turnover ka 10% or 5 lakh, whichever is higher, then you are eligible for composition scheme. No problem at all. Done, sir. Sir, tell me one thing. If 10-1 and 10-2 May, I am ineligible, then where should I go? Then Baba, government went ahead and introduced 10-2A. Government went ahead and told if your turnover in the last year was up to 50 lakh rupees, then in the current financial year, you are eligible for composition scheme up to 50 lakh rupees. But Baba, what are the conditions? Who you have to go ahead and pay 3% CGST and 3% SGST. Who are the people who are ineligible under 10-2A also? 10-2A may, government went ahead and told if you are MINE, then you are ineligible under 10-2A also. M for manufacturer of A Tibet, I for interstate outward supplier, N for NRTP, CTP, and for non-taxable goods and service ka supplier, and E for if you are supplying services through e-commerce, where e-commerce is going to deduct your TCS, then Baba, you are not eligible for 10-2A also. This is the most important point out of composition. One point in composition which is a return. Return mein one small point has come that Baba, their GSTR 4 every year, once the year gets over, next year they have to file GSTR 4 by 30th of April it was, now it is 30th of June. Remember, composition dealer next year 30th of June is the time limit to go ahead and file the GSTR 4. People, are you guys able to recall? This was it about composition scheme. Remember, 10-1 and 10-2, who are eligible? MTR is eligible. Who are ineligible? Mines are ineligible. 10-1 and 10-2 may, if you are ineligible, then you can come for 10-2A, which says, Baba, you can go ahead and pay 3% CGST and 3% SGST. Are we all clear with this point, everyone? In composition, you can just remember the limits which are there. Always remember, in composition, whether last year ka turnover you are taking, everyone, I'll tell you the tricks which you have to remember. Whether you are taking last year ka aggregate turnover to check eligibility, whether you are checking this year ka turnover, whether you are checking last year ka turnover or this year ka turnover, anywhere, Baba, don't see interest and discount. Ignore interest and discount in case of composition scheme. Are we all clear till here, everyone? We are done till composition scheme. Is everyone 100% able to remember what we have gone and revised till here? Arey, quickly hit the like button, everyone. I want. All the students sitting in the class, I want everyone to quickly hit the like button. Can we go ahead, everyone? Done. Everyone over here now, listen. Now we are going to move to the next chapter. The next chapter is registration. Everyone, registration. Let's go ahead and do registration now. Everyone over here. Registration, we have section number 22, section number 23 and section number 24. Very, very important from exam point of view. You will be able to see one question from 22, 23 or 24. Very, very important from exam point of view. Everyone over here now. Section number 22, which is there, person liable for registration. Section number 21 is very, very important, which goes ahead and says, if you are a supplier, section number 21, you have to go ahead and read with the exemption which is given over here. I'll go ahead and quickly tell you. People listen to me very carefully. Registration ka limit you have to remember. If you are a supplier from the state of M square NT, whether M square NT means Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura, whether you are a supplier of goods or you are a supplier of service, whether you are a supplier of goods or you are a supplier of service or you are supplying goods plus service, the limit for you is 10 lakh rupees. Done. If you are from Pumas of Telangana, what is Pumas of Telangana? Puducherry, Uttarakhand, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Telangana. Pumas of Telangana, remember, supplier of goods or supplier of service plus goods, your limit is 20 lakh rupees. Done, sir. If you are from the state of Oak of Himachal Pradesh, what is Oak of Himachal Pradesh? Any other state? Assam, Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. If you are a supplier of goods, the limit is 40. If you are a supplier of service or goods plus service, the limit is 20. But here they have gone ahead and put a star. And they have told, sir, Oak of Himachal Pradesh, if you are there, 40 lakh limit will not be given to you. Sir, what are the three conditions? They told 40 lakh limit will not be given to you if you are a supplier of Tibet. Supplier of Tibet, not a Tibet, only Tibet. Tobacco, ice cream, pan masala, bricks, earthen and roofing tile. People, they have told supplier here. In composition, they have told manufacturer here. But when they tell supplier, no, you have to remember one thing. Supplier can include a person who manufactures and supplies. Supplier can be a person who buys and supplies, trading. So supplier can be a trader supplier, it can be a manufacturer supplier also. So whether you are a trader or a manufacturer, you will not get 40 lakh rupees ka limit if you are supplying what, everyone? A, Tibet nahi, only Tibet. T for tobacco, ice cream, pan masala, bricks, earthen and roofing tile. Then gone baba gone, you will not get 40 lakh ka limit. For you, the limit will be 20 lakh. Done, sir. 40 lakh limit is not applicable for A Tibet wala people. 40 lakh ka limit is not applicable if you are going in and exercising voluntary registration. You are telling voluntarily, I want to continue. I don't want 40 lakh. If you don't want 40 lakh, who is going to stop you? And then next, if you are going in, you should not be going ahead and falling anywhere in compulsory registration. Remember one thing, if you fall anywhere in compulsory registration, then to baba registration is compulsory. What 40 lakh limit? So 40 lakh limit is not applicable to those people who are falling in compulsory registration, who are supplying Tibet, or if you are exercising voluntary registration, or you're telling I want to continue with my registration, I don't want 40. If you don't want 40, who is stopping you? I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, sir, this point is clear. This was the first point over here. So remember one thing, when you are going ahead, people listen to me very carefully. Now here, one point I want to tell you. When you are in composition scheme, no, whether you are checking aggregate turnover, whether you are checking any turnover or anything, Baba, remember one thing, turnover or aggregate turnover in composition scheme, we always remove, we ignore, we don't even include it in our aggregate turnover in composition scheme. But in registration chapter, no, in our aggregate turnover, when we are checking whether my aggregate turnover is crossed 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh, you will include interest and discount, which is exempt supply. But for an example, I am giving money, I should be exclusive supplier of goods, then only I'll give 40 lakh limit. Yes. But sir, in Assam, I am there, 40 lakh limit is there. For an example, I am a supplier of goods. But sir, I gave someone money to use and I received interest. Then if you give money to use and receive interest, it's a supply of service. So sir, it means I will not get 40 lakh limit, but government went in and told, even if you have interest income in your aggregate turnover mein interest income will come. But because you have interest income in your aggregate turnover, that does not mean you will not get higher limit of 40 lakh. You will still be considered as a supplier of goods and you will be given a higher limit of 40 lakh is what is being told over here. So people, in registration, when you are checking aggregate turnover, remember interest and discount will be included in your aggregate turnover. But because you have interest income, because you are a supplier of service, but still you will be considered as a supplier of goods and be given a higher limit of 40 lakh rupees. Is my point well understood by all? Quickly tell me, everyone. Done. This is one point which I want you guys to be very careful. That is all okay, everyone. Other things are all okay. Aggregate turnover, you already know how to calculate. Compulsory registration mein, I want you guys to take care of 2-3 points. One is, if you are an interstate supplier, remember one thing, interstate supplier is required compulsory registration. But if you are an interstate supplier of service, you are exempted up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. If you are an interstate supplier of handicraft goods, which are mainly made by hand, predominantly you have made it by hand, not by machine, means more than 50% is made by hand, then Baba handicraft ka supplier who are supplying interstate are also exempted up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. 40 lakh tak exemption is not there. It is only 20 lakh or 10 lakh. This first point, I like it. Secondly, if you are a casual taxable person, casually you are going to some other state and doing business, Baba, remember one thing, casual taxable person are also exempted. Baba, casual taxable person, compulsory registration. But if you are a casual taxable person who is supplying handicraft goods, which are mainly made by hand, then also you are also exempted up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Done, sir. This point is clear. Here, one point which you should remember in case of RCM, I have told you in the amendment over here, sir, if you are a person who is required to pay tax under RCM, people tell me one thing. There is one supplier, there is one recipient. If supplier is going in and supplying, director is providing services to a company, company should pay GST under RCM. Yes, sir. So company should take compulsory registration. Sir, what about director? Director will be exempted from registration because people, 1 minute, because director ka services which are there, always the company is going to pay GST under RCM, company will take compulsory registration, but director will be exempted from registration. Director need not go ahead and take registration, director will be exempted from registration. That is what they are going ahead and telling, the director will be exempted from registration under section number 23(2). It means director will never take registration even if director ka turnover crosses 20 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees. Why, sir? Because always the company will pay GST under RCM. Do you guys remember this point here? Yes, sir, we remember this point. But here, they have gone in and told one thing. They have told, sir, if there is a metal scrap ka case mein, sir, remember, metal scrap ka case mein, if one person is supplying metal scrap to another person, so, sir, if unregistered person is supplying metal scrap to a registered person will pay GST under RCM. So, in this scenario, registered person will take compulsory registration. Yes, sir. But, sir, they have gone ahead and told one thing over here, which you have to remember in the amendment that is told. Sir, if metal scrap ka case mein, if metal scrap wala person ka turnover crosses 40 lakh or 20 lakh or 10 lakh as the case may be, then they have to take registration. And they have to charge GST under forward charge. In that scenario, the recipient need not go ahead and pay GST under RCM. Are you guys able to remember this metal scrap wala point? Remember one thing. Generally, if my service where recipient is going to pay GST under RCM, then recipient will take compulsory registration and pay GST under RCM. I will never take registration because always recipient is going to pay GST under RCM even if my turnover crosses 20 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever it is. But in case of metal scrap, this is not the point. Metal scrap ka case mein, remember one thing, unregistered person supplying to registered person will pay GST under RCM, but the time this person ka turnover crosses the registration limit, he will have to take registration, he will have to charge GST under forward charge. In that scenario, RCM will not be applicable. Is this point clear to all? Yes, sir, we remember this point. Done, Baba. This is about metal scrap wala point, which I went ahead and told you over here. Other than that, all okay. If you are a person who is required to pay GST, e-commerce wala point, these are all okay. Tell me one thing, everyone. Who are the people required compulsory registration? I told you, you have to remember creations. Creations are required compulsory registration. See for casual taxable person. Yes, sir, casual taxable person. But casual taxable person who are supplying handicraft goods or craftsman goods, casual taxable person who are going in and supplying handicraft goods or craftsman goods are exempted. Yes, sir. We remember up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. RCM. If you are required to pay tax under RCM, you have to take compulsory registration. And supplier will be exempted from registration, but supplier will not be exempted. Baba, supplier will be exempted, but this is not applicable in case of metal scrap. If metal scrap ka case mein supplier ka turnover crossed, then supplier will take registration and charge GST under forward charge. In that scenario, reverse charge will not be applicable. E for e-commerce under section number 9.5. Baba, THAR services. THAR services. Sir, what is THAR? Thor. Sir, 9.5 wala services. Do you remember, everyone? Transportation by motor cab, maxi cab or any other motor vehicle, or transportation by omnibus by a company. H for, sir, if it is other than company, then e-commerce will pay. If it is a company, then who will pay? The company will pay. H for housekeeping, A for accommodation, R for restaurant service. Yes, Baba, we'll go ahead and talk about it later. It will come. What happened to the screen? Just give me a minute. Array, just give me a second, everyone. Yes, I'm checking. What happened? Just give me a minute, everyone. हाँ ठीक है, it's back. ठीक है, चलो ठीक है, done. अरे बाबा, board is visible now, blackout नहीं, it is there. Okay, everyone, here. We are back, everyone. Chalo, let's go ahead. See. E-commerce under section number 95 in case of THAR services. Who will be liable, everyone? E-commerce operator is liable. Yes, sir, we remember. So e-commerce has to take compulsory registration. A for agent of a taxable person. If my boss is a registered person and if I am supplying on behalf of my boss, which means I am issuing the invoice in my name, then I have to take compulsory registration. T for TDS deductors has to take compulsory registration, and TCS collectors like e-commerce who has to collect TCS also has to take compulsory registration. I for ISD, if you are input service distributor, you have to take compulsory registration. I for interstate supplier, if you are supplying from one state to another state, you have to take compulsory registration, but interstate supplier of service is exempt up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh, and interstate supplier of handicraft goods and craftsman goods is exempted up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh rupees. Yes, sir. O for OIDAR. If he's supplying services from outside India to an unregistered person in India, then Baba OIDAR has to take compulsory registration and charge GST under forward charge mechanism. And person who is supplying online money gaming. Yes, Baba. I hope you guys remember OIDAR supplier who is supplying from outside India to unregistered person, and person who is supplying online money gaming from outside India. Baba, online money gaming from outside India, when it is given to a person in India the person is registered, unregistered, doesn't matter. Here, the online money gaming wala have to go ahead and take registration compulsory. Then Baba, N for NRTP has to take compulsory registration, and S for such other person notified by the government on recommendation of council. Let's go ahead, everyone. Here we are, section number 22 done and section number 24 done. Section number 23 just went ahead and told who are the people not liable. Number one, if you are not liable to pay any tax, don't take any registration, and if you are an agriculturist, how much you are growing and supplying, you are not required to take registration. Are we all clear with section number 22, 23 and 24, everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Now we have section number 25. In section number 25, one point which I want you guys to recall, ki sir, you should submit your application within 30 days. Yes, everyone. People, you should submit your application within 30 days. If you submitted your application within 30 days and registration is granted, registration is always effective from the date of becoming liable. So from the date of becoming liable till the date of grant of RC, whatever supplies you have done, you can go ahead and issue revised tax invoice within 1 month. Remember this point. But sir, I became liable, I did not apply within 30 days. If you don't apply within 30 days, you applied after 30 days and registration was granted, registration will be effective from the date of grant. In this scenario, from the date of becoming liable till the date of grant of RC, whatever supplies you have done, you have to go ahead and pay from your own pocket the GST. You can't issue revised tax invoice. This one point I want you guys to remember. The next point over here, that sir, rule number 8, you did the application. Rule number 9, where verification happened and then the registration certificate is granted. Yes, Baba. Here, when we had learned rule number 8, they had gone ahead and introduced one biometric based Aadhaar authentication, saying, sir, even if you do Aadhaar authentication, but still, if the portal identifies you, then you have to go to one biometric center. Yes, sir, we remember you have to go to an biometric center where they will go ahead and take your biometric, plus they will check the original document and then give you the registration. This earlier was applicable. Biometric based authentication, Aadhaar authentication was only applicable for granting registration, was only applicable in Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Puducherry. Now they have deleted this point and they have gone and written what, everyone? Now Aadhaar, biometric based Aadhaar can be done across India from any state. Remember this point, everyone. This is an amendment ka point. Other than that, everything is okay over here. One point you can remember, rule number 10A. Once you get registration certificate, remember bank account details should be furnished within how many days? Bank account details should be furnished within 30 days or your GSTR1 or invoice furnishing facility, whichever is earlier. ठीक है sir. One rule number 10B is also there. That sir, you took your registration without doing Aadhaar authentication, but government went ahead and told Aadhaar authentication is mandatory if you want to do 3 things in life. What are the 3 things, everyone? These 3 things I will tell you. R. These 3 things ke liye Aadhaar authentication is mandatory. Might be you got registration done without doing Aadhaar authentication, or might be you went ahead and got your registration done by getting physical verification of your place of business, then, or might be you took registration before 1/4/2020 when Aadhaar authentication was not there only, but government is telling R ke liye Aadhaar authentication is mandatory. R for revocation application if you are filing, R for refund application under rule number 89, and R for refund application under rule number 96. These three things के लिए rule number 10B says your Aadhaar authentication is mandatory. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, section number 25 is there. Sir, one point you can remember, everyone. Who are the people required Aadhaar authentication and who are the people not required Aadhaar authentication? Remember, if you are I am the Karta, then you are required Aadhaar authentication. Who are I am the Karta? Individual, authorized signatory, managing and authorized partner, and Karta. Individual, authorized signatory, managing and authorized partner, and the Karta. Then, Baba, for you, Aadhaar authentication is mandatory. Who are the people not required Aadhaar authentication? New Delhi, PSU. Not a citizen of India, Depot, Department of Central Government, State Government, Local Authority, Public Sector Undertaking, Statutory Body, and UN holder are not required Aadhaar authentication. With me, everyone, who are the people required Aadhaar authentication? I am the Karta. Individual, authorized signatory, managing and authorized partner, and Karta who is there are required Aadhaar authentication. Who are the people not required Aadhaar authentication? New Delhi, PSU. Not a citizen of India, Department of Central Government, State Government, local authority, public sector undertaking, statutory body, or UN holder are not required Aadhaar authentication. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, everything is okay over here. Nothing very important. Baba, special provision with respect to CTP and NTP. Inter में I saw one question had come. Sir, how many days के लिए CTP or NRTP is given registration? Remember, maximum 90 days they are given. Can I get more extension? Baba, maximum more than 90 days. Additionally, you can get 90 days. So, sir, CTP and NRTP before commencing their business should apply how many days prior? 5 days prior. If they want registration, they are given registration for how many days? If they ask for 15 days or 90 days, whichever is earlier. If you ask for 10 days or 90 days, whichever is earlier. But maximum is how many days? 90 days. Can I ask for more extension? Yes, Baba. 90 plus 90, your extension can be totally, you can be a CTP in a state for 180 days only. Remember, this is the most important point over here. How many days you can be a CTP in a state? Sir, 180 days. Are you all able to recall this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir, we are all able to recall. Let's go ahead. The next one is section number 28. Baba, section number 28 talks about amendment. Amendment are of three types: core field, non-core field, and pan change. Pan change में amendment is not possible. Take fresh registration. Non-core field, total bakwas fields which of your registration. Amendment is there, no problem. Apply and amendment will happen, no checking. But there are three fields which are known as core field, for which amendment के लिए verification will be done by the proper officer. People, sir, is it necessary to remember form numbers, etc.? No problem, Baba. Don't remember form numbers. It's okay. Remember, what are the core field amendment? Number one, legal name of your business has changed. That is core field amendment. Proper officer will do verification. Sir, your address of principal place and additional place of business has changed. Proper officer will do verification. Third, addition, deletion, retirement of promoter, partner, karta, director who are responsible for your day-to-day affairs of the company has changed. Then, Baba, in that scenario, amendment is core field amendment. These are the three core field amendment. Legal name of your business has changed, address of principal place, additional place of business, addition, deletion, retirement of the partner, promoter, karta has happened. Then, Baba, in that scenario, you have to apply for amendment. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, I find section number 29 2 very, very important. Please come to section number 29 2. Before I go to section number 29 2, I want everyone to quickly tell me, are we all 100% clear till here? Are you guys able to recall the important points, everyone? Yes, everyone. Are we all able to recall? Are you guys able to catch up with the speed and enjoy, everyone? Quickly give me a heads up and tell me, are you guys there, everyone? Let me take a breath. Yes, sir. Very good, everyone. Chalo. Let's go ahead and now move to section number 29, which goes ahead and talks about registration ka cancellation. Very, very important from exam point of view. What are the scenarios when registration will be cancelled? When the registration will be cancelled? Very, very important from exam point of view. Listen. Proper officer can go ahead and cancel the registration when you violate such provision of the act or rules. When you go ahead and do the violation of the act or rules, then they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. Okay. Section number 29 2A. B says composition dealer. C, D, and E. There are 5 points when your registration will be cancelled. Remember this 5 point. This 5 point may they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. Section number 29 2A says if you contravene any of the provision of the act or rules, not any, such, and such is told by rule number 21. Rule number 21, everyone, I want to go ahead and teach from the amendment booklet over here. Remember, if you don't do business from the declared place of business, okay, if you issue an invoice or bill which is bogus, without supply, in violation of the provision of Act or rules, your registration will be cancelled. Secondly, if you violate the provision of section number 171 of the Act or rules, then registration will be cancelled. Section number 171 is profiteering. Baba, if you go ahead and do profiteering, gone, registration will be cancelled. If you violate the provision of rule number 10A, bank account detail not furnished, gone, Baba, registration will be cancelled. If you avail ITC in violation of section number 16 of the Act or rules made thereunder, Baba, section number 16 went ahead and told you, TR condition, you should have tax invoice, receipt the goods, tax should be paid to the government by the supplier, return should be filed by you. If you violate any condition and you took credit, then Baba, registration will be cancelled. The next is, if you furnish sales ka detail, outward supply ka detail in GSTR 1 or 1A more than what is declared in your valid return, Baba, GSTR 1 may you are showing more sales, GSTR 3B may you are showing less sale, gone, Baba, gone, registration will be cancelled. If you violate the provision of rule number 86B, 1% should be paid through your e-cash ledger. If you don't pay, then registration will be cancelled. Other than this, they have gone ahead and told one more provision has been inserted, which says if you violate the provision of proviso to rule number 21, I'll tell you what is proviso to rule number 21. Once your registration is cancelled, you applied for revocation. Once you apply for revocation, if they give you the revocation order, they tell you all the earlier returns which are pending should be filed within the next 30 days. If you don't file the pending returns within 30 days of your revocation order, again your registration will be cancelled, is what they are trying to tell through the amendment. Done, sir. This point is clear. Next, if you are a normal registered person, you have not filed GSTR 3B for 6 months, registration cancelled. If you are a person who is under quarterly return and GSTR 3B not filed for 2 quarters, then also registration cancelled. Sir, if you are a composition dealer, the due date of return of composition dealer is 30th June. If they don't go ahead and file the return within 1, 2 and 3 months, registration will be cancelled. The next is, if you are a person other than composition and if you don't file your normal return GSTR 3B within the time prescribed, which is 6 months or 2 quarters, then also your registration will be cancelled, which we have already gone ahead and seen over here. The next one, if you have taken voluntary registration and you don't go ahead, voluntary registration has been taken and you don't commence your business within 6 months, registration will be cancelled. If you take registration by fraud, willful misstatement and suppression, then also your registration will be cancelled. Remember this point, everyone. What are the scenarios when your registration will be cancelled? Very high chances of one small question being asked in the exam. The next one over here is revocation. Baba, revocation, nothing, I believe, very, very important. One point you can remember, you should apply within 90 days. And if you want more time, the commissioner or the officer authorized by the commissioner can extend the time 90 plus 180 days. 90 plus additional 180 days can be given to you. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, nothing very, very important from registration chapter. I'll go ahead and close my revision on the chapter of registration. Are we all done, everyone? Please tell me quickly if you by chance have a doubt, or can we go ahead, everyone? Now we go ahead and move to the next chapter, which is your exemption. Before I move to exemption, let me see if we have covered all the amendments. This residential property wala amendment, I'll teach you an exemption. Composition we are done. Registration may I have told you about metal scrap wala amendment. Yes, sir, metal scrap. Remember, metal scrap may, if one person is supplying metal scrap to another person, if this guy is unregistered, then recipient pays GST under RCM. But if this guy, the supplier of metal scrap crosses 40 lakh, 20 lakh, 10 lakh, then supplier will take registration, charge GST under forward charge mechanism. Yes, sir, this point is clear. Other than that, I told biometric is now applicable across India. Biometric based Aadhaar authentication is applicable across India. I've already gone ahead and told you this point. Yes, sir, this point is clear. And I told you cancellation of registration may, they have gone ahead and introduced one additional point that, sir, once your registration was cancelled, you applied for revocation order came, then whatever the pending returns are there, you should file within the next 30 days. If you don't file your pending returns within the next 30 days, your registration will be cancelled again. That's all, everyone. Suspension may nothing. 1A has been added. Now we are going to do the chapter of exemption. Are we all clear till here, everyone? Can we go ahead, everyone? Yes, Baba, don't worry. Sir, will this video be available till the 10th? No problem, Baba. I am doing it for you. It will be available. Everyone over here, can we go ahead and do the chapter of exemption, everyone? Everyone over here now, listen. Exemption is a chapter Yes, everyone, I want full josh. Everyone, I want full josh. Let's go ahead and do exemption. After I go ahead and do exemption, I'll give you a 15 minutes ka break. Done, everyone? Let's go ahead and do exemption, everyone. Let's go ahead and do exemption. See, exemption ka case mein, we have the first exemption which is relating to charitable activities and religious activities. Remember one thing, everyone. I don't think so it is very important from exam point of view, but still you can remember some of the important points over here. Renting of resident here. If there is an entity which is registered under 12A or AB and it is going ahead and doing charitable activity, which is everyone, which is PAPE activities, PAPE activities, PAPE activities, then it will be exempted. Sir, what is PAPE activities? P for public health related activity like care counseling of terminally ill people, severely physical, mentally disabled people, HIV AIDS infected people, drug addict, alcohol addict. Then Baba, P for PAPE activities, exempted. A for, if they are, P for preservation of public awareness of preventive health, family planning and prevention of HIV infection के लिए, if they are doing public health के लिए all these things, then their services will be exempted. A for advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga, then those services will be exempted. If advancement of education program or skill development program is done, for whom abandoned or orphan, homeless children, physically, mentally disabled people, prisoners or person greater than 65 residing in rural area, then Baba, remember their services will be exempted. And if they are doing preservation of environment, watershed, forest and wildlife, then the services will be exempted. So sir, charitable institution doing charitable activity which is public health related activity, advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga, P for preservation of environment, watershed, etc. E for educational program and skill development program, if they are going in and doing, their services will be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Baba, entity registered under 12A or AB, if they are running a old age home, remember one thing, for resident, and it should be up to 60 years or more the age of the person should be there, and they should be charging only up to 25,000 per month per person, then it will be exempted. Done. Resident, if it is more than, the age of the resident should be more than, old age means the resident ka age should be more than or equal to 60 years and they should be charging up to 25,000, then it will be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. If one trust, body, authority or charitable institution is running a religious place, and religious place mein they have gone in and rented out Kalyan Mandapam, then Baba, remember 9999 per day is always exempted. Shops 9999 per month is exempted. And Baba, if rooms are being rented out 999, remember 999, then it will be exempted. Okay, sir, this point is clear. One point I want to remember, I feel they can go ahead and give you a small question from this, that sir, entity registered under 12A or AB, if they are going in and doing training or coaching in sports, it is always exempted. Training or coaching in sports, it is always exempted. But if individual is doing training or coaching in art or culture by an individual, then it is exempt. Not applicable to charitable institution. Baba, charitable institution के लिए sports is exempted. Individual के लिए art and culture का classes are exempted. If I am an individual giving art and culture related classes, then exempted. Remember this 2 point, everyone. Done. Other than this, everything is okay over here. Now, government related service. Please come to government related service. Very important from exam point of view. Government related services. People listen. Government may, I want you to remember first of all post. Post may you have postcard, inland letter card, book post and other ordinary post where envelopes weighing less than 10 gram. Then it will always be exempted. Envelopes weighing less than 10 gram, always exempted. PIBO. Other than that, any services by post is always forward charge. Done, sir. If government is going in and giving services in relation to aircraft or vessel, always forward charge. Indian Railways ka services, always forward charge. But Indian Railways ke liye, one amendment is there which I have gone in, I will go in and tell you over here. People, Indian Railways ke liye, they have gone in and told, Indian Railways selling platform ticket, retiring room service, waiting room service, clock room ka service, battery operated car service will always be exempt. See, Indian Railways ka all services forward charge mechanism, but Indian Railways going ahead and giving battery operated car service, Baba, my heart says this will come in the exam. Please be very careful. Platform ticket selling, retiring room service, waiting room, clock room, battery operated car service, always exempted. Services by one zone of Indian Railway to another zone is always exempted. One zone office of the Indian Railway to another zonal office is always exempted. Remember this point, everyone. Then they have gone in and told services by Indian Railway to special purpose vehicle and vice versa is always exempted. This point you have to remember. They will tell you in the exam, Indian Railway has gone ahead and given some services to special purpose vehicle created between Indian Railways and Adani Group, or special purpose vehicle has given some services to Indian Railway, remember one thing, it will always be exempted. I like this point, everyone. Please be very careful about it. Other than that, transportation service always forward charge. Renting of immovable property. People remember one thing. Government going ahead and renting immovable property. Government going ahead and renting immovable property. Other than Indian Railway. Indian Railway always forward charge. Government going ahead and renting immovable property to a registered person. Registered person should pay GST under RCM. Unregistered person FCM. And Baba, here remember renting of immovable property, registered person RCM, unregistered person forward charge mechanism. Other than this, other than post, other than aircraft or vessel, other than Indian Railway, other than transportation, other than renting of immovable property, if any other services which are other than post, aircraft or vessel related service, Indian Railway, immovable property and transportation, which I have already explained you, leave those services. If other services are provided to a business entity or non-business entity, if government is going ahead and providing any services to non-business entity, it is always exempt. If government is services providing to business entity, for example, police department is providing services. Police department is government department providing services to a business entity. Security service, for example, I went ahead and told I want one police department ka constable so that he can go ahead and give some security to me. So Baba, government went ahead and provided me, police department provided me one constable. In that scenario, if I am a business entity, I have to pay GST and RCM, but provided my turnover in the last year is more than registration limit and the amount is more than 5,000, then I have to pay GST under RCM. Remember this point, everyone. I hope everyone is able to recall this point. Other than that, I am all okay with all the points which are there. I don't find them very important. One thing which is an amendment ka point, governmental authority. People, 1 minute. Government, local authority. Everyone tell me one thing. Local authority provide 243 G and W ka services. If local authority to provide 243 G and W ka services takes, someone say 243 G and W related pure services or composite supply where the value of the goods is 25%, then it will be exempted. Done. Government sets up governmental authorities which are mainly formed to do 243 G and W activities. If governmental authorities are doing 243 G and W activities, it will always be exempted. Government also forms governmental entity. What is a governmental entity? Again, which is formed by the government, but governmental entity ka difference between governmental authority and entity is authority does only 243 G and W activities, entity does any function for the government. If governmental entity is doing for the government any work and government gives them grant, that is also exempted. Now, governmental authority, one small point has come. If governmental authority, you know RERA? Yes, sir. RERA is a governmental authority and any services given by RERA where they are collecting any statutory dues, etc. Remember one thing, RERA ka services are also exempted. Other than this, government related service, all okay, everyone. I have already gone ahead and told you. Please remember whatever I have told till here. Done, sir. Any point which you find anything important, all are okay. You can just read it. These are the most important points which are there. Please come to the next one. Transportation service. Baba, transportation service, again, everything is okay over here. Sir, if transportation service, I'll quickly tell you. Transportation services provided to passenger. If you are going by air in economy class, going to Batman, coming from Batman, everyone, Bagdogra, Arunachal, Tripura, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Assam, Nagaland and Sikkim, Batmans, then it is always exempted, but only economy class. Business class is always taxable. Okay, sir. Road transportation, if it is done through stage carriers, non-AC, it is exempted. Contract carriers, non-AC, it is exempted. And metro, metered cab, auto rickshaw, e-rickshaw, it is always exempted. But all the services which are exempted will not be exempt if those services are provided through whom, everyone? E-commerce operator. Then e-commerce has to pay GST under 9(5). Done, sir, everyone. Rail ka case mein, metro rail, monorail, tramway, always exempted. Rail ka case mein, always remember, non-AC is exempt. First class, air condition, always GST will be payable. Done, sir, this point is clear. Then C ka case mein, if you remember, public transport is always exempt. Tourism, transportation outside India, always GST payable. Inland waterways, if you are using river for transportation of passenger, always exempted. Done, sir, this point is clear. Other than that, goods transportation may you have to remember, goods transportation done by air, domestic, always GST is payable. International, from outside India to India is exempted. From India to outside India, always GST is payable. If water ke through transportation of goods is done, remember, if it is by ship, one coast to another coast, coastal transportation is always, a GST will be always payable. But random item, there will be no GST. What is random item, everyone? Relief material. People with me, relief material, agricultural produce, newspaper and magazine, defense and military equipment, organic manure, milk, salt, food grain, rice, flour, pulses. In a ball, you put milk, salt, food grain, rice, flour, pulses, and you ate. Baba, remember one thing, random item pe there is no GST. People, other than that, international transportation, getting goods from outside India and from India outside India, transportation service where always GST will be payable. Inland waterways, transportation of goods by using rivers in India, always GST is exempted. Baba, if you are transporting goods by rail pay, always GST is payable, GST will come. But if it is random item, people, what is random item? Relief material, agricultural produce, newspaper and magazine, defense and military equipment, organic manure, milk, salt, food grain, rice, flour, pulses, always exempted. Done. Road transportation ka case mein, I've already gone ahead and told you, Baba, courier, GST is always payable. If it is GTA you guys already know, provided to registered person, which is TDS deductor, exempted. Other registered person, RCM or FCM. Sir, unregistered person, FB scope, GST is payable. Unregistered person, unregistered CTP exempted. But GTA case may also remember, if it is random item, it will always be exempted. There is no GST. Done, sir. This point is clear. Then we have, sir, road transportation ka case mein, if it is individual truck wala who are not GTAs, bullock cart, tempo cart, etc., it is always exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. I like this point. They can go ahead and ask you in the exam. Remember, in big question, this point can come. If you are giving on hire or you are renting to a state transport undertaking, a motor vehicle, state transport undertaking like Karnataka State Transport Undertaking, Rajasthan State Transport Undertaking, if you are renting a motor vehicle for carrying more than 12 passengers, it will always be exempted. If you give to a local authority electric vehicle for carrying more than 12 passengers, always exempted. If you are giving to a GTA, one truck, then Baba, always remember, it will always be exempted. This point I want you to remember, they can ask you in a big question. ठीक है सर. तो what are the most important point? Okay, one more point. GTA के लिए one small point is here. Sir, what is the GTA वाला point which you are talking about? Listen. What is this GTA वाला point which is there? People over here now. I am providing goods transport services. Along with that, I am providing loading, unloading, handling, packing, etc. का service. Then it's a composite supply. GTA का rate will apply. But supposingly, I am not providing transportation service, but I am a GTA, but not providing transportation service. You only came and told me, sir, can you help me with the packing? Then I am providing you packing charges. People, I am going in and providing you packing charges, packing services. Then Baba, packing, loading, unloading. If I am not providing GTA service, only providing packing, unpacking, loading, unloading a service, then that will be taxable at their rate. But along with GTA service, I provide packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, ancillary service. Then it is taxable at the rate of GTA services. Is what is the amendment going ahead and telling. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, all are okay, everyone. Please come to the next one. The next one over here. Transportation done. We are going to move to admission. People, in admission, I want you guys to remember one point. So, satellite launch service. Baba, satellite launch services always exempt. Satellite launch services always exempt. By anyone, it is exempt. People, are you guys there with me? Are you guys able to recall exemption? People sitting at home, quickly tell me, are you able to recall exemption, everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Okay, let's go ahead, everyone. Now, admission related services may, I want you to remember one of the most important point over here, which is over here, which I have told. Sir, if there is an artist, if there is a artist, but for example, this madam is over here, they are artists and they are going ahead and doing folk or classical art form of music, dance or theater. Then remember, if they are charging only up to 1,50,000, their services will always be exempted. Baba, folk and classical art form of dance, music is exempted. Shah Rukh Khan did lungi dance. Baba, lungi dance services are not exempted. It will always be taxable. So it says performance in Bollywood song, always GST is payable. Sir, what if these people who are Bharatnatyam ka artists, etc., they started doing brand ambassading. They started doing, they are doing Bharatnatyam, but they are also working as a brand ambassador. Then remember one thing, if you are working as a brand ambassador for a company or anyone, then Baba, your services always GST will be payable. This is one point which I like in this chart. Other than that, okay. Circus, dance, theater, etc. का केस में remember circus, theatrical program, award function, concert, pageant, musical performance, recognized sporting event, other than recognized sporting event, planetarium. If the charges are of 500 per person, then it is exempted. More than 500, entire amount will become taxable. This is something which you can remember. Please come to agriculture, everyone. In agriculture, everyone remember one thing. I'll tell you quickly. You took land on rent, exempted. You took agricultural machine on rent, exempted. One person, agricultural laborer, you entered and took it on rent, not rent. You entered and hired them, exempted. Sir, agriculture related, cultivation related service. Sir, exempted. Fumigation, exempted. Sir, soil testing, exempted. Took land on rent, exempted. Took agro machine on rent, exempted. Remember, after the agriculture is done, in the agricultural farm, many process will be done, which will keep agricultural produce only. If a process leads agricultural produce to remain agricultural produce, that process is exempted. But if a process you are getting it done because of which agricultural produce become non-agricultural, then that process is taxable. You have to remember one thing, whatever process is done at an agricultural farm, if that process results in agricultural produce remaining agricultural produce, then Baba, that process is always exempted. Like husking, dehusking, sorting, grading, packing, cooling, bulk packing, etc., which does not change the essential characteristic, then Baba, that agricultural produce remains agricultural produce, and that service will always be exempted. For example, I got cleaning of apple done, I got sorting of apple done, those services are exempted. But I took one process because of which apple became appy, then Baba, that service will be taxable. Paddy remained paddy only, then that service is exempted. Paddy became rice, then that service is taxable. Done, sir. This point is clear. The next one. After the people, one minute, you have to remember. Here you got fumigation done. Fumigation services, putting poisonous gas, exempted. Here you got fumigation service done, exempted. Now what happened? After your agricultural produce was ready, you shifted in a warehouse. If anyone is giving you warehousing services of warehousing your agricultural produce, then those services are always exempted. Remember, anyone giving you warehousing services is always exempted. Warehousing of agricultural produce, rice, minor forest produce like tamarind, curry leaf, bamboo, tendu patta, etc. is always exempted. If anyone is giving warehousing of cereal, pulses, fruit, vegetable ka service, that is also exempted. After you are done with, so people, if anyone is giving warehousing services, always exempted. But remember, here they can tell you, warehouse may fumigation services are given by you, that is always taxable, it is not exempt. After the warehousing is done, sir, agricultural produce marketing boards will sell and charge commission, their commission pay no GST. After that, you will do loading, unloading, storage, packing of rice is always exempted. After you are done, you will do transportation of agricultural produce or rice. By GTA is exempt, rail is exempt, vessel is exempt, but by air is not exempted. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Please remember everyone, agriculture from starting till the end is always exempted. Fumigation in agricultural field is exempt, farmhouse is exempt, but in the warehouse, agriculture ka warehouse mein, it is not exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, I believe one point can be important over here. If one electricity distribution utility extends the electricity network up to the tubewell of the farmer, whatever charges are taken from the farmer, there will be no GST. This point you can remember. This is some important point. And one more important point I'll tell you. Remember, if you take any service because of which agricultural produce remains agricultural produce, then remember that service is exempt. But if you take any service because of which agricultural produce becomes non-agriculture, then that service is always taxable. I want you guys to take care of this point. Done, sir. This point is clear. Please come to the next one. Healthcare services. I want everyone to quickly give me a heads up. Are you all able to recall what we have gone ahead and revised over here? Can we go ahead, everyone? Is everyone there? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir, everyone. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. Health services ka case mein, always remember one thing. What is health services? Health services means if I am going ahead and giving diagnosis, treatment and care for pregnancy, abnormality, illness, injury and deformity. People, I am doing diagnosis, treatment or care for what? Pregnancy, abnormality, illness, injury and deformity in recognized system of medicine. Baba, remember, recognized system of medicine mein, if I am doing diagnosis, treatment and care, then it is healthcare exempted. What is diagnosis, treatment and care in recognized system? Recognized system is Ayushan, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, Allopathy and naturopathy ke through. If I am doing diagnosis, treatment and care, my service is exempt. Remember, healthcare service also includes ambulance. Ambulance can be air ambulance, road ambulance, doesn't matter. Ambulance is also exempted. And then it says, but healthcare does not include hair transplant and cosmetic surgery, if it is done for beautification, it is not healthcare. But if it is done for restoring or restructuring any defect, then it is always healthcare services. Done, sir. Sir, now healthcare services given by whom is exempt? Remember, if healthcare service is given by clinical establishment like hospital, clinics, sanatorium, etc., then it is exempted. If healthcare services are given by authorized medical practitioner, it is exempted. Healthcare services given by paramedic, it is exempted. Healthcare services given by chartered accountant, exempt? No. Healthcare services given by CAP, clinical establishment, authorized medical practitioner and paramedics is always exempted. Here one point you have to remember, if one person is admitted in the hospital and hospital mein room charges are 5,000 rupees per day per person, it is exempt. But if room charges are more than 5,000, Baba, if you can afford 10,000 ka room, you can afford GST also, GST will come. One person is admitted in an ICU, no one goes to the ICU by choice. Even if the amount is more than 5,000, remember it will always be exempted. What are they telling over here? If ICU, ICCU, NICU ka charges are any amount, it will always be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, remember, ambulance ka service given by clinical establishment, authorized medical practitioner or paramedics is exempt. If ambulance ka service is given by anyone else also, it will always be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Baba, healthcare services for animal, bird, etc. is also exempted. 2 points I have written over here. Code blood bank ka service are GST payable. Biomedical waste treatment ka services also GST is always payable. Done, sir. This point is clear. क्या हुआ? सो गया? सो गया हूं? Okay, people, 30-second break. I'll make you meet my son. आजा बेटा. चलो सबको हाय बोल दो. हाय हाय. ठीक है, एक तो किस कर दो सबको फटाफट. चलो एक फ्लाइंग किस फटाफट. लियान एक फ्लाइंग किस कर दो बेटा. कर दो ना. चलो फटाफट कर दो. फ्लाइंग किस कर दो. Okay, he can't see anyone. चलो कर दो. चलो ले जाओ उसको. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead. Everyone over here now, listen. Healthcare services, we went ahead and learned, everyone. What is healthcare services? Healthcare services, which are healthcare services, which are what, everyone? Okay, come back. Healthcare services means what, everyone? Diagnose, treatment and care. For pregnancy, abnormality, illness, injury and deformity. For Ayushan is always healthcare. And sir, healthcare includes transportation by air ambulance or any ambulance. And Baba, healthcare does not include cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, which is for beautification. It is not healthcare. But if it is for restoring or restructuring, it is healthcare. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, I don't find it very important. Baba, it's a okay chart from exam point of view. Sir, baby's name? My baby's name is Lian. ठीक है सर. चलो लेट्स गो ahead, everyone. Legal services, Baba, legal services में I want you to remember only one small point. Sir, what do you want us to remember? I want you to remember if it is arbitral tribunal or if it is advocate or firm of advocate or senior advocate. People remember this point. Arbitral tribunal, advocate or firm of advocate or senior advocate, if they are giving services to a business entity, and if the business entity is big business entity, big means whose last year turnover is more than registration limit, then GST will come under RCM. All other cases exempted. All other case GST is always exempted. Only remember this point in your legal services, everyone. Done, sir. This point is clear. Education, very important. Education, people, can we go ahead and do education now? Very important from exam point of view. Let me see if any amendment which we have not gone ahead and covered or all amendment done. Just give me a second. GTA done. Okay, this amendment is done. Now we have education, which I want you guys to read with me quickly. People, one thing I want you to remember in your exam, you will see one question on education. Everyone over here now. First of all, can you tell me, sir, what is, people, I'm not doing it from the chart, I'm directly taking it to you. Everyone tell me one thing. Educational institution giving education is exempted. Sir, who are educational institution? Educational institution means any institution which is giving preschool up to 12th. ठीक है सर. Educational institution means colleges, post graduation colleges also. Educational institution means who is giving approved vocational courses. Approved vocational courses mean those courses which are recognized by NCVET, National Council for Vocational Education and Training. Basically those skill related courses which are there are given by them. Those are known approved vocational education course provider. Remember one thing, these three people are educational institution. Educational institution giving any services to their student, faculty and staff is always exempted. And educational institution, if they are going ahead and conducting entrance tests against entrance fees, that is also exempted. Now, educational institution giving services to student, faculty and staff, all services exempted. But taking services, you have to be careful now. Sir, educational institution, if they are going in and taking the services, then you have to remember there is TCS, AO, transportation of student, faculty and staff ka services. To give transportation service, they took transportation service, or catering including midday meal ka services. Okay, sir. Security, cleaning, housekeeping ka services performed in such institution within the campus. Remember, if it is given within the campus only. Admission or conduct of exam related service, then Baba, remember one thing, always GST will be exempted. So sir, which services taken by preschool is exempted? Transportation, catering, security, cleaning, housekeeping, admission or exam related service. And the next one over here is online journal wala service, but it is cut over here, it means it is not exempted. But if you see colleges and post graduation college ke liye, transportation service not exempt, catering service not exempt, security, cleaning, housekeeping service not exempt, admission related service or online journals when they are provided to college, post graduation college, it is always exempted. ठीक है sir, done. In approved vocational course provider को, if transportation, catering, security, cleaning, online journals, all are not exempted, only admission or conduct of exam related service is exempt. Everyone, I want you guys to tell me one thing which I want to ask all of you. I am one educational institution. People, I am an educational institution. College, giving transportation service exempted. Taking is not exempt. College. School, giving is also exempt to student, taking is also exempt. College, giving is exempt, taking is not exempt. Approved vocational course provider, giving to student is exempt, taking is not exempt. I hope this point you will be able to remember. Now here are some of the important points which I want you guys to remember. The skill wala entry which was there, no, the skill wala entry has changed and I have written over here that sir, if you see in the exam that services are given by NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, or National Council for Vocational Education and Training, under the National Education for Vocational Education and Training, one awarding body is giving the service, or assessment body is taking assessment, or training body which is giving training, then always remember one thing. 1 minute everyone, what I am telling, if NSDC is going ahead and giving services, National Skill Development Corporation services are exempted. National Council for Vocational Education and Training is giving services, exempted. Sir, under NCVT, one awarding body is there who is giving participation certificate, one assessment body is there who is taking examination, one training body is there under NCVT, National Council for Vocational Education and Training, then Baba, their services also exempted. Sir, what happened to the screen? Array, where did the screen go? Just give me a minute, everyone. It has come. Okay, chalo, let's go ahead, everyone. Are we all there, everyone? People, again, blackout. Yes, Baba, blackout is back. Blackout is fine now. Okay, done sir. Next, I want you guys to remember some of the important amendments which are there in education. I believe they can go ahead and ask it in this time in the exam. Remember, everyone over here. Entry number 66A has been inserted, which goes ahead and says, if affiliation services are provided by central board, state board to schools which are run by government school, it is always exempted. So sir, can you tell me what is the clarification? See, if affiliation service is provided by university to college, it is always taxable. University to college, it is always taxable. Affiliation service provided by central board, state board, to whom everyone? To government school, it is always exempt. But affiliation services provided by central board, state board to non-governmental school is always taxable. Non-governmental school is always taxable. Are we all clear till here, everyone? Yes sir, done. The next one over here is, sir, affiliation services ke liye, can you tell again? Baba, remember, university given to college, taxable. Central board, state board like CBSE, etc. given to government school, exempted. Non-government school, other than government school, other than government or non-governmental school, always taxable. Done, sir. Now, everyone, flight training courses conducted by flying training organization which are approved under the DGCA, Baba, those are approved courses which are given by flight training institution, and hence government says when DGCA mandates a completion certificate, it means these are all educational institutions and they are providing flight training services, flight training courses, and it will be exempted. There is one circular which went ahead and clarified this over here. Done, sir. This point is clear. People, I believe You will be able to remember this point. Just give me a second if I find anything other than this important. Remember this NHDC wala services, NCVT wala services, educational institution I have already told you. Other than that, everything is all okay. Nothing very important. Chalo, people, let's go ahead and now read the miscellaneous. Baba, insurance services, not very important. You can just see this once and go. Okay? Just see this once and go. Nothing very important in this. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about other exemption. Other exemption, again, I'll go ahead and cover it from the amendment booklet which is there. Please come to your amendment booklet. Other exemptions, let's cover. In other exemption, number one, which you will go ahead and see in the exam, which you can see, number one, renting of residential house. Everyone listen to me very carefully. If someone is going in and renting residential property and I am a registered person, if any person is renting residential property and I am a registered person, I should pay GST under RCM. But if I am a registered person, I have taken residential property on rent for my personal purpose, showing it as on my own account, not for my business, then I don't have to pay GST under RCM. It is exempted. But if I am a registered person, if I am a registered person who has taken it for my business purpose, I should pay GST under RCM. Are we all clear till here? Yes, sir. Business purpose can also mean for your employees to stay, for your directors to stay. If you are showing it as your business expense, you have to pay GST and RCM. If you are not showing it as your business expense, for example, I am a registered person, but I have taken this house not for my business, for my personal purpose, then Baba, I don't have to pay any GST under RCM. It will be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Now, everyone over here now. If residential property is rented to an unregistered person, exempted. Here they have gone ahead and told one point. That, sir, this entry is not applicable to accommodation service which are provided to student in student residence, hostels, camp, guest house, etc. Because for this, they have gone ahead and told one separate entry. They went ahead and told if one person is going ahead and giving PG, hostels, guest house, etc. to students, then Baba, remember one thing. This is very, very important from exam point of view. Accommodation service where value of supply is less than equal to 20,000 per person per month and provided for a minimum of 90 days, then it will be exempted. For example, hostel, PGs, guest house, etc. are providing services to student. If they are charging up to 25,000 and minimum stay of the student is 90 days, then Baba, whatever amount need, that 20,000 rupees which is being charged, GST will not be there. Remember, they will tell you in the exam, 5 days ke liye one student was given residence. Baba, it will be taxable because minimum stay should be how much, everyone? 90 days, only then the exemption is there. And sir, amount which is charged should be 20,000 rupees. Then it is exempt. If it is more than 20, up to 20 is exempt. More than 20, it is always taxable. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, transmission and distribution of electricity. If I am giving electricity, transmission and distribution is exempted. Along with electricity, all the ancillary charges like meter shifting charges, sir, meter rental charges, any other charges which are taken earlier, they are told taxable. Now they have inserted one entry number 25A and they have told along with transmission and distribution of electricity, any other ancillary services which are given are also exempted is what they have gone ahead and told. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, sir, RWA, Resident Welfare Association, one point I want you guys to remember, if RWA goes ahead and gives services to its own member, for example, I am an apartment association, I am going ahead and giving services to my own members in the apartment, and if I am charging up to 7,500, how much I am charging, everyone? 7,500 if I am going ahead and charging, then Baba, per month, per member, per month, per member means per month, per apartment. If I am charging up to 7,500, then I don't have to charge any GST. If I am charging more than 7,500, I will charge GST provided Resident Welfare Association is a registered person. Done, sir. This point is clear. Now, everyone over here, in the next page, I want you to remember these 2 points. Pure labor contract. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Pure labor contract of construction, erection, people, 1 minute everyone. For example, one person is there. He is under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. If one person is going ahead and providing pure labor services, everyone listen to me very carefully. Pure labor services, if one person is providing to another person who is under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, then remember one thing, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana mein if I am there and you are providing me pure labor service for constructing my new home or renovating or renovation or modification of my old home or repairing my old home, then Baba, your services will be exempted. It is not works contract, pure labor. Works contract is taxable. Done. I am not under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, but if I am making single residential house, then if one person is providing me pure labor services, then Baba, also he will not go ahead and charge GST. If I am making my new home, if it is repairing, taxable. Renovation, taxable. Here, repairing was also exempt, new home was also exempt. If I am under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and pure labor service is given. Remember this. But if I am not under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and I am making my single house, which is for the single family, and if one person has given me pure labor service, it will always be exempted. If it is for new house which I am making, if it is for renovation or repairing, it will always be taxable. Renovation, repairing, etc. is always taxable. Only new home will be exempted. I hope you guys will remember this point. This is entry number, this one, these two entries which are there. Then sir, this point is clear. Other than that, sir, you like any point? One foreign diplomat mission wala point is there, which I have seen lot of time they go ahead and tell in the exam. Everyone here, services provided, here, sorry, where is it, here. By a foreign diplomat mission, like embassies, consulate, etc. Foreign diplomat mission giving services are always exempted. But services given to foreign diplomat mission is taxable. Sir, if I have a foreign diplomat mission in India, like embassies, consulates, etc., they are giving service exempt. They are taking service, it is always taxable. Services given to foreign diplomat mission is always taxable. Remember this point, everyone. Other than this, sir, have you seen any point which you like it? I like this also. If I am an organizer of a business exhibition outside India and if I have given services to anyone, then our business exhibition is outside India. If I am the organizer of the business exhibition and business exhibition is outside India, then my services by an organizer to any person for business exhibition outside India is always exempted. This point I like it. Other than that, Resident Welfare Association wala point I have already told you. Pure labor contract wala point I have told you. There are 2 or 3 circulars which I have gone ahead and summarized over here. Is everyone there with me? Can I go ahead? Are you guys able to recall everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. In case of loan provided by a foreign affiliate to an Indian affiliate or by a person to a related person where no consideration is provided in processing fees or administrative charges are paid and only interest is paid, there is no supply of service between related person and or importation of service and hence no GST payable. Sir, what do you mean by this? For an example, I have one foreign holding company which is foreign affiliate. Their Indian company, I am the Indian company. You know, they went ahead and gave me a loan. For loan, I am going ahead and paying them interest. If I don't go ahead and pay anything other than interest, I am not paying any charges for giving me the loan, like loan processing charges or any other payment I am not doing. I am paying only interest. Then I don't have to pay any GST under RCM because interest pay, there is no GST. Anyways, I don't have to pay any GST under RCM. But if I am paying, they have given me a loan and for the loan I am paying interest, and other than interest, if I am paying anything, then whatever charges I am paying, Indian company has to pay GST under RCM. That's all they have gone ahead and told. Everyone over here now, listen. What they are telling over here? When no consideration is provided, paid like processing fees. People, loan has been taken from foreign affiliate by the Indian affiliate. Foreign affiliate gave me a loan. I am the Indian affiliate over here. Then in this scenario, remember one thing. No consideration like processing fees, administrative charges are paid and only interest is paid. Then there is no supply between related person and there is no importation of service. I don't have to pay any GST under RCM. But if I go and pay any charges, then I have to pay GST under RCM. This is one circular which went ahead and clarified. The next one over here. If governmental authority is there, governmental entity is there, governmental entities are those entities which are formed by the government to do any function, or research association, college is notified under section number 35 of the Income Tax Act and they are giving R&D services and they are given grants, then their services are always exempted. Remember one thing, if any governmental entity or research association is there and they are going in and giving R&D services and taking grants, then remember their R&D services will always be exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. That entry number 10L has been inserted, which goes ahead and says importation of service. Importation of service by whom, everyone? By a foreign airline company from related person or establishment outside India. So for an example, Emirates Airline ka Indian office is there in Karnataka. Indian office in Karnataka. Foreign company is there, foreign airline company, Emirates ka Indian office is there and they have taken services from Emirates ka Dubai ka office. Importation of service by a foreign airline company from related person or establishment outside India. So Emirates India branch has taken some services from outside India, then Baba Indian Emirates branch does not have to pay any GST. Even without consideration, they don't have to pay any GST under RCM. It is exempted. People, are we all done till here? Sir, any other point you like it? Just give me a second, everyone. I am going ahead and seeing if there is any other point which is very important. Other points are all okay. You should have already read it by now. Remember one thing which you have already told you, business facilitator, business correspondent ka service. People, business facilitator, business correspondent ka service which is given in rural area, which is given with respect to rural area branch is always exempted. I hope you guys remember this point. Yes, sir, we remember. People, that's all I want to talk from the chapter of exemption. Whatever were the most important point, whatever were the amendment, we have gone ahead and covered. Let me just go ahead and quickly run through. Affiliate, okay, this is done, this is done, there is nothing over here. Sir, residential property done already. Meter rental, Baba, remember one thing, meter rental charges, etc., which are there, meter shifting charges, etc., are now exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. Foreign affiliate wala point I have told you. If foreign affiliate has given you a loan and I have gone ahead and paid an amount, then Baba, foreign affiliate ka case may remember one thing. If I am just paid the interest, then it is exempted. I don't have to pay any GST under RCM. But if I have paid any processing fees or administrative fees, I have to pay the GST under RCM. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than research ke liye, I have told you, governmental entity or research association giving R&D services and getting grants, it is exempted from GST. ठीक है. Importation of service by a foreign airline company from its own branch outside India. Foreign airline company का branch from outside India is giving the services. Indian branch need not pay GST under RCM. Done, sir. This point is clear. Then we are moving to value of supply. ठीक है. One point, sir. Tour operator. Okay, Baba. ठीक है. Listen, tour operator. For example, I am a tour operator in India. I went ahead and gave tourist co services with respect to tour completely outside India, then it is exempted. But I have given services to a person who is from outside India, tour operator service, and the tour is happening partially in India, partially outside India. Then they have gone ahead and told, because it is in India also. See, if the tour operator service is given to a person for tour completely outside India, it is exempt. If partially in India and partially outside India, then partial exemption is given. And the exemption is how much, everyone? Supposingly, 1 lakh rupees, I am a tour operator and I have gone ahead and charged for 5 days ka tour. 3 days ka tour is in Nepal and 2 days ka tour is in India. So 3 days ka tour for 1 lakh, 5 days, right? So 3 days ka tour outside India means 60,000 should be exempted. But they went ahead and told maximum exemption will be 50% of the total amount, or proportionately whatever you find out, 60,000 or 50%, which is 50,000, whichever is lower. They have gone ahead and told over here, tour operator service which is performed partly in India and partly outside India, supplied by a tour operator to a foreign tourist to the extent of the value of tour which is outside India will be exempted. Value of the tour operator service shall be such proportion to the total consideration for the entire tour which is equal to the proportion to the number of days for which the tour is performed outside India, or 50%, whichever is less. And sir, if remember one thing, if tour operator service is provided to a foreign tourist which is totally outside India, it is completely exempted. Done, sir. This point is clear. I hope you are able to recall over here. People, tour operator service, proportionate amount or 50%, whichever is less, only exemption will be given. Remember this point. Are we all clear? Naveen, done? ठीक है. I'll go ahead and close my revision till the chapter of exemption over here. Is everyone enjoying the revision? Can we go ahead and take a quick break, everyone? Please tell me. Are we all done till the revision till here? Can we go ahead and take a quick break, everyone? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and take a break. We will go ahead and now take a break. Break from, what is the time, everyone? It is 9:30 to 9:50. 20 minutes ka break, everyone. 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a break. We will resume at 9:50, everyone. Chalo, done, everyone? Arey, go eat and come back quickly. Eat and don't sit over there saying, I'm feeling lazy. Baba, if you sit, then you'll start feeling lazy. You don't have to be lazy. Go eat quickly and come back quickly. I want everyone to go eat and come back quickly. Done, everyone? ठीक है, sir. Done. Chalo. Now we are going to revise the chapter of value of supply. Go quickly, come back quickly, everyone. Don't eat too much. Hello everyone, let's restart. Is everyone back? Dinner done? Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead, everyone? Can we restart, everyone? Is everyone back? Quickly give me a heads up. Can we go ahead and start? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Chalo, let's go ahead and get it started, everyone. Let's continue. Chalo, let's continue, everyone. Now listen. People, the next chapter which we are going to revise is the chapter of value of supply. Let's talk about the most important point in the chapter of value of supply. Everyone over here now, value of supply. Value of supply, we learned section number 15.1 goes ahead and says your value of supply is always the transaction value which is there. What are the things to be included? Everyone, I hope you guys remember. Yes, sir, we are going to include TOPIICS. Sir, what should you include? Topics. T for any taxes other than GST, any taxes, cess, fees other than GST. O for obligation of the supplier paid by the recipient, then that has to be included. P for packing charges has to be included. Any incidental expenses which are charged by the supplier will also have to be included. Then I for interest, penalty and late fee always to be included. C for commission, selling commission always to be included. And as for subsidies which are linked to price other than government subsidy has to be included. Done, sir? This point is clear. Here we had one circular which told TCS under Income Tax Act not to be included in the value. Yes, sir, this point is clear. Then we had section number 15.3 which told about discount. If discount is given before or at the time of supply and recorded in the invoice, remember one thing, that discount has to be excluded from the value of supply. But this discount is given after year end discount or turnover based discount. Turnover based discount, Baba, remember it will be excluded from your value of supply, or year end discount will be excluded from the value of supply. But three conditions have to be satisfied. Number one, you should have an agreement. Number two, the invoice say linking may, you should be able to provide a credit note, and ITC should be reversed by the recipient. Now here one circular has come, only then it will be excluded, right everyone? So it means my recipient should go ahead and reverse the ITC, only then they are going ahead and telling Ramesh, your value of supply will be reduced by the amount of discount which is there. Ali condition, agreement, linking to the invoice and ITC reversed. Here one circular has come which has gone ahead and shown, sir, how will I know whether my recipient has gone ahead and reversed the credit or not? So they went ahead and told over here, mechanism to verify compliance of ITC reversal. If amount is more than 5 lakh, supplier has to procure a CS certificate from the recipient saying, sir, he has gone ahead and reversed the credit. And if the amount is less than equal to 5 lakh rupees, then you can just take a certificate from the recipient that he has gone ahead and reversed the credit. If the amount is more than 5 lakh, see a certificate from the recipient that he has reversed the credit, only then your value of supply will be reduced. Okay, sir, discount will be excluded. Otherwise, it will not be excluded. Done, sir. This point is clear. Sir, if Ali condition is not satisfied, then any other case, always remember discount will not be excluded. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, Baba, everyone listen to me very carefully. Now, if value of supply cannot be ascertained, then we always have to apply valuation rule. This time, the valuation rule number 28 is the most important rule which is there. Everyone will talk about valuation rule number 28. Valuation rule number 28 goes ahead and says value of supply between related person or distinct person except through the agent. Whenever value of supply you are going to try to find out by applying valuation rule, remember agent always comes in rule number 29. Agents are not considered under rule number 28. Whether it is sole agent or any agent, agent will always come under rule number 29. Other than agent, if there is a supply between related person or distinct person, always take open market value. If open market value is not there, then you have to take like, kind and quality. If that is not there, then you have to take rule number 30, which says 110% of the cost. And sir, if that is not possible, rule number 31, best judgment method has to be applied. ठीक है. Now here rule number 28 में one proviso is there. In rule number 28, the proviso went ahead and told if goods are further supplied by the recipient as such. For an example, I went ahead and supplied to my related person, and related person is supplying the goods as it is. Then Baba, they are going ahead and telling whatever is the price charged by my related person from the customer for like, kind and quality, of that 90% will be taken as the value of supply by me to him. So for example, I have supplied to my related person, and the related person has supplied like, kind and quality to the customer. Like, kind and quality ka whatever price is there, of that 90% will be the value of supply by me to my related person. Everyone over here, if goods are further supplied by the recipient as such, value at the option of the supplier will be 90% of the price charged for like, kind and quality by the recipient to his customer who are not related. Sir, if my recipient, again one proviso says if your recipient is eligible for full ITC, then whatever invoice value you declare, that will become the open market value, and that will be the value supplied. So sir, if I am supplying to my related person and that related person is eligible for full ITC, then whatever value I show in the invoice, that will be deemed as the open market value. That will be deemed as the open market value. Akshay Jila says, sir, ICI is following rule number 28 for sole agent. Baba, I am going in and telling you, don't worry about it. You can go ahead and follow rule number 29 only for the agent. That is absolutely okay. Done, everyone? Okay, sir. You can follow rule number 29. But sir, ICI is following 28. Okay, Baba, you follow 28 also, no problem. Done? But at the end, you can go ahead and write that agent ke liye it is valuation rule number 29 which has been told. At the end, you can write a note and come. So, sir, what should I do? You can go ahead and follow rule number 28 because you are telling ICI. Yes, Baba, ICI has gone ahead and done one question which is done for the agent by applying valuation rule number 28. Okay, no problem. You apply valuation rule number 28 and do it. But at the end, you should write that, sir, for agent, actually valuation rule number 29 is applicable. This note you can go ahead and write. Done, everyone? Done, sir. This point is clear. Everyone over here now. Now, the most important part of all, which is rule number 28 sub rule 2, which is there over here. That, sir, if you are value of supply of service, Baba, this will come in the exam. Everyone over here, this will come in the exam. Please listen. Everyone over here. It says value of supply of service by a supplier to the recipient who are related person in India. So, people, for an example, I am going in and supplying services to my related person. ठीक है sir. And by way of corporate guarantee. By way of corporate guarantee means supposingly my holding company is giving corporate guarantee for me. So people over here, one holding company is there. Holding company is giving bank को guarantee, saying holding company is telling my subsidiary company which is there, please give the loan to my subsidiary company. I am giving guarantee. Then Baba, when the holding company is giving guarantee to the banking company, don't you think actually holding company is providing services to the subsidiary company? Now, for this service, what will be the value of supply of this corporate guarantee? Value of supply will be what? They have gone ahead and told over here that, sir, this is very, very important from exam point of view. You will see one small question on corporate guarantee this time. It says, value of supply by a supplier to the recipient who is related person in India by way of corporate guarantee will be always 1% of such guarantee amount offered per annum. 1% of the guarantee amount offered per annum. For an example, one holding company has given corporate guarantee to the bank saying to my subsidiary company, give 100 crore rupees ka loan. 100 crore rupees ka loan, then 100 crore rupees ka 1% is 1 crore or whatever is actually charged. So sir, 100 crore ka loan is given, 100 crore into 1% is 1 crore rupees, or if the holding company has charged, for example, 50 lakh rupees, then they are telling 1 crore or 50 lakh, whichever is higher. Actual consideration, whichever is higher. But they have also gone ahead and told over here that, sir, for rule number 28 too also this point will be applicable. What point? That, sir, if holding company has gone ahead and given subsidiary company ke liye corporate guarantee, then whatever is the invoice value, that will become the value of supply. So, for example, I am the holding company. For my subsidiary company, I have gone ahead and given one guarantee to the bank, and I have gone ahead and given the invoice to my subsidiary company of only 1000 rupees, then Baba, what will be the value of supply between holding company and subsidiary company? Whatever invoice value I have shown, that will be the value of supply, which will be only 1000 rupees. But this is applicable only if my subsidiary company is eligible for full ITC. If full ITC is eligible, then the value which I have declared in the invoice will be deemed as the open market value. This is applicable for rule number 28 too also. Done, sir. This point is clear. I want to go ahead and quickly run through the circular which is there over here. People, valuation rule number 28, most important from exam point of view this time. See, whenever you give corporate guarantee, remember one thing, 1% of the guarantee which you have offered per annum. Per annum means every year it will be 1% or 50 lakh. 1% or whatever is the guarantee you have charged your subsidiary company, whichever is higher. Every year it will be 1%. Done, sir. This point is clear. And this proviso is applicable over here also. Now here, clarification regarding internally generated service. This is okay, everyone. One point which I want to talk about is the corporate guarantee wala circular. Everyone listen. They have told clarification on various issues pertaining to taxability and valuation of supply of service of providing corporate guarantee between related persons. This circular, most important, you will see one small question from this circular. See, applicability of subrule 228.2 of the CGST rules to corporate guarantee issued before this rule number 28.2 came on 26th October 2022. Before that, if any corporate guarantee was given, then what will happen? For that, the valuation will be done as per rule number 28.1. 28.2 will not apply. For that, open market value, like content quality, 30, 31 or baba, if recipient is eligible for full ITC, whatever value declared, that will become the open market value, that can be taken. But after this date, when this rule number 28.2 came, then rule number 28.2 will apply. Done. Next, determine the value of corporate guarantee when the loan is partially or not availed and the ITC eligibility before the total loan disbursement. What happened over here? Holding company gave the bank corporate guarantee for a loan of 100 crore. But the subsidiary has not taken a 100 crore ka loan yet. Subsidiary has taken only 10 crore rupees ka loan yet. In this scenario, they are going in and telling, since the total loan is not availed by the subsidiary, what will be the value of supply? So they went in and told whether the loan is availed, not availed, doesn't matter. It will be 1% or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. Everyone see. They are telling the value of corporate guarantee is based on what, everyone? Based on guarantee amount, not the disbursement of loan amount. The recipient of corporate guarantee service can avail ITC regardless of the total disbursement, timing of the disbursement or the disbursement amount. Doesn't matter what they are telling over here. If 10 crore is availed, doesn't matter. Still, the value of the corporate guarantee will be 100 crore ka loan is given. 100 crore into 1%, which is 1 crore rupees, or 50 lakh, whichever is higher, which is 1 crore will be my value of supply to my subsidiary company, will be the value of my supply of corporate guarantee. Are we all clear till here? Everyone, now listen. The next one. Third one over here. Applicability of existing GST in case of takeover. For example, the corporate guarantee which I had given, I had gone ahead and given to HDFC Bank. Now, HDFC Bank ka loan has been taken over by Axis Bank. In that scenario, is there, if any fresh guarantee has been given, then we'll take 1% or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. But if I don't give any fresh guarantee, then they are going in and telling no GST impact unless fresh corporate guarantee is issued or existing corporate guarantee is renewed. So people, if one loan has been taken over by another bank, there is no GST implication at all. Next, amount on which GST is payable when corporate guarantee is provided by multiple entities or co-guarantor. They are going in and telling co-guarantor. For example, over here, there is A and B Limited. A and B Limited has gone ahead and given guarantee to a bank, and bank has gone ahead and given loan to their subsidiary company, for example, C Limited. In this scenario, they are going ahead and telling if there are two guarantors who are there, what will be the value of supply of this co-guarantee which is given. So here they have gone ahead and told that, sir, if the total consideration payable or paid to the co-guarantor, for example, my C Limited went ahead and paid me only 1.5 CR actual consideration. Here we have given loan के लिए guarantee 100 crore का loan के लिए I have given the guarantee, and B Limited has given 100 crore के लिए guarantee. 200 crore के लिए guarantee has been given. So sir, 200 crore का 1% is how much? Sir, 1% of 200 crore is 2 crore rupees over here, or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. They have gone ahead and told, see over here, if total consideration payable or paid to the co-guarantor is higher than 1%, then GST is payable on actual. If the total consideration is less than 1%, then GST is payable on co-guarantors proportionality on the 1% of the amount of guarantee taken by them. Whatever, Baba, whatever is the guaranteed amount of that 1% or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. That's all they have gone ahead and told over here. Okay, sir, this point is clear. Next, whether intrastate corporate guarantee is issued, whether GST may be paid by recipient under RCM. Baba, for an example, my holding company which is there is in India and it has given corporate guarantee to me. Baba, in that scenario, RCM is not there. My holding company in India will charge me GST under forward charge mechanism. But sir, if my holding company is outside India and it has given corporate guarantee for me, then Baba, supply is outside India, recipient is in India. You are in India, corporate guarantee given from outside India. You in India have to pay GST under RCM for importation of service. Everyone see here. Domestic, then Baba, the supplier of the corporate guarantee will go ahead and issue an invoice forward charge mechanism. But foreign company ka case mein, if guarantee is given by foreign entity to a related person in India, GST is payable under reverse charge mechanism by the recipient of service. Who will pay the GST? The recipient in India will pay the GST under RCM. Whether the discharge of tax liability on corporate guarantee of 1% of such guarantee offered is to be done one time or yearly basis or monthly basis, and when issued for a fixed term, say 5 year or 10 year as per the tenure of the loan. So people, what they are going ahead and telling over here, see, whether the discharge of tax liability on corporate guarantee at the rate 1% of the guarantee amount offered is to be done one time or yearly basis. People, I have to go ahead and collect GST and pay. I have given guarantee. Now, if I have given guarantee, I am in India and recipient also in India. Now, in this scenario, if I have given guarantee, do I have to pay the GST once in lifetime or every yearly basis? So they have gone ahead and clarified the value of corporate guarantee is 1% of the guaranteed amount per annum or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. The value of supply of service provided by way of corporate guarantee for particular number of years, say 1% of the guaranteed amount multiplied by the number of year or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. For an example, I'll go ahead and tell you, I have gone ahead and given to a bank corporate guarantee for my subsidiary company, which is Ram has gone ahead and given for Shyam Limited के लिए subsidiary company के लिए corporate guarantee given. Subsidiary company has given me one lump sum amount of 1 crore rupees. ठीक है? But I have given a corporate guarantee to the bank and bank has given a loan of 50 crore rupees. 50 crore rupees into 1% means how much? Sir, 50 lakh rupees. I have given corporate guarantee for 5 years. 5 years means 50 lakh into 5 years is 2.5 CR. So, sir, what will be my value of supply? 2.5 CR or 1 crore, whichever is higher. They have gone ahead and told, see, the value of services of providing corporate guarantee for a particular number of years shall be 1% of the guarantee amount into the number of years or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. Are we all clear? And remember one thing, it is per annum. Every year you have to go ahead and pay whatever is the 1% or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. Okay, sir. Then they have gone ahead and told over here, for guarantee less than a year, for example, corporate guarantee is given only for 6 months. The value is proportionate. 6 months is 0.5% of the amount of guarantee offered or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. So, for an example, I have gone ahead and given corporate guarantee to a bank and bank has given loan to my subsidiary company. Then in that scenario, my subsidiary company has given me only 50 lakh rupees. I have guaranteed a loan of 100 crore rupees for 6 months. Then what will be my value of supply? They have told 100 crore per annum is 1%. No, so you take 0.5%, which will be how much, everyone? 50 lakh rupees or actual consideration is also 50 lakh, whichever is higher. So for example, actual consideration over here, we will go ahead and take it to be 20 lakh rupees, which is higher, everyone? 50 lakh. So if the corporate guarantee was given for 6 months, 1% will be reduced to how much? 0.5. If the corporate guarantee is given for 5 years, you have to take 5 years over here. If the corporate guarantee is given for 3 years, 3 years over here. Whatever is the actual amount, compared to this, 1% per annum will be, whichever is higher will be the value of your corporate guarantee. That's all they have gone ahead and told. The next one, whether the benefit of second proviso, which states that the value declared in the invoice will be the market value in case full ITC is available to the recipient, is not applicable. Baba, they have clarified already that, sir, if my recipient is eligible for full ITC, whatever invoice value I declare for my corporate guarantee will be my value of supply. So for an example, to my subsidiary company, I have gone ahead and given, for my subsidiary company to the bank, I have given corporate guarantee, and for my subsidiary company, I have charged only 10,000 rupees. If my subsidiary company is eligible for full ITC, then whatever value I have declared, that will be my value of supply. Yes, sir. Done. This point is clear. Whether the valuation in terms of 28(2) will be applying to export of services? No, Baba. Corporate guarantee People, it is not applicable in case of export of service. It says the provision of the sub rule will not apply where the recipient of the service between the related person is outside India, because they had gone ahead and told in the rule only. The rule ka name is when corporate guarantee is provided to a person in India. Supplier can be outside India, but the receiver of corporate guarantee cannot be outside India. In that scenario, this rule will not apply. Done, sir. This point is clear. Baba, that's all is about corporate guarantee over here. I believe from your exam point of view this time, this corporate guarantee wala point, you will see one question in the exam. Very, very important from exam point of view. Chalo, let's go ahead and now move to the next one. Please come to the next page. In the next page, we have value of supply, which is, people, first tell me one thing. Sir, we have gone ahead and learned this. We have gone ahead and learned valuation rule number 28. Very, very important. And I have told you about the corporate guarantee wala point also. These circulars which I have gone ahead and told you are very, very important. Now we'll move to the next chart. In the next chart, I find these three important. 31A, 31B and 31C. If I am going ahead and supplying lottery, betting, gambling and horse racing ka service, what will be my value of supply? They went ahead and told lottery ka case mein always assume your value includes 28%. It is always 100 divided by 128 of the face value of the ticket or price notified in the official gazette by the organizing state, whichever is higher. Sir, face value or the price notified in the official gazette multiplied by 100 divided by 128 into 100 when you do, you will be able to find the value which is there. ठीक है सर. betting, gambling, horse racing का केस में whatever you amount of bet you place a bet for 1 lakh rupees. If you place a bet for 1 lakh rupees, the value of supply will be, if I am going in and allowing horse racing, betting, etc., then what is the value of my supply? Whatever amount you give me, that is the value of my supply. 100% of the face value of the bet or amount paid in the totalizator, whatever amount you give in the totalizator machine or whatever amount you pay, that is the value of my supply. Then we have 31B, which says value of supply of online gaming, including online money gaming. People, whatever amount. So for example, I am pokerkhelo.com. You deposited 1 lakh rupees with me to play poker. Then my value of supply is 1 lakh rupees. Now, sir, what if I went ahead and returned you some 50,000 rupees? Doesn't matter. Whatever amount I have gone ahead and taken from you, that is the value of my supply. It says what? Total amount paid or payable or deposited with the supplier in money or money is worth. Money is worth means might be Bitcoin ke through you have deposited. Doesn't matter. They are telling Ramesh, whatever amount has been deposited by the recipient with the supplier, that is the value of supply. So I am giving online money gaming and I have taken 1 lakh from you. What is the value of my supply? 1 lakh rupees. They have gone ahead and told any amount returned or refunded. If I went ahead and returned to you 1 lakh rupees, say I returned 50,000 to you and only 50,000 I have charged you, doesn't matter. GST will come on 1 lakh only. The next one, if I am a casino, you went and you came to the casino, you put 1 crore rupees and you took chips from me. Whatever you have paid me, that is the value of my supply. I sold you chips worth rupees 1 crore. 1 crore is my value of supply. You went and returned me chips worth rupees 10 lakh. Doesn't matter. Whatever I have gone ahead and sold you the chips for, whatever initially you deposited, that is the value of my supply. They have gone ahead and told total amount paid or payable for purchase of the token, etc., or participating in any event, game, etc., any amount returned or refunded shall not be deducted from the value of supply. Then they have gone ahead and told for rule number 31C and 31B and 31C. For example, you have come to a casino, you kept playing, you kept winning, you kept playing, you kept winning. Baba, that amount will not be considered in my value of supply. Whatever you initially deposited, that is only my value of supply. It says what any amount received by the player by winning any event, including game, which is used for playing further in event without withdrawing, shall not be considered as the amount paid or deposited. Whatever amount you initially deposited, that is only my value of supply. If I return you some amount, that also does not matter. You won any amount and you did not withdraw and you kept playing with that amount, that also does not matter. What you initially deposited, that is only my value of supply. I like this 3 rule, so I have gone ahead and told you about it. Other than that, you can remember over here, rule number 32 May. If you want, you guys can just quickly go through 32.2. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow I will be going ahead and taking a session. I'll tell you the timings which are there. But tomorrow morning, if you want, you guys can just go through 32.2. 32.3 and 32.4. Okay, if you want, you can go through quickly. Done, everyone? ठीक है sir, not very important. Baba, air travel agent, what is the value of supply? Domestic booking 5%, international booking 10%. ठीक है? Life insurance business में, if it is savings plus investment policy, reduce the investment amount, whatever premium you are charging, that is the value of supply. Sir, single annuity policy, 10% of the premium which is there is the value of supply. Sir, only risk policy, entire amount which I charge is my value of supply. And here, all other cases they are telling. So, for example, I am not going in and disclosing the investment amount. If I give insurance services, 25% of the premium which I take is the value of my supply in the first year, and second year onwards, 12.5% is the value of my supply. That's all, everyone. I don't think so other things are important over here. 32, this and this point is important from exam point of view. Sir, can you tell this point also? Yes, Baba, I'll tell you. If I am a money changer who is buying and selling currency, then what is my value of supply? My value of supply is margin. They went ahead and told, see, there are two methods which are given to money changers which are there. Number one, is the currency involved INR? So, for an example, I am going ahead and changing money for someone. Now, you have to see, is the money currency involved INR or not? So it says over here, yes sir, foreign currency to INR is converted or INR to foreign currency is converted. Is the RBI reference rate available for that currency? Yes sir. Then Baba, whatever is the selling rate, I sold one currency for 82 rupees. RBI rate was only 81 and I exchanged 1000 currency. Then Baba, 1000 into 82 minus 81, 1 rupee I made for 1000 notes. For example, $1000 you gave me and I gave you $1000 ke liye. Actually, RBI reference rate was only, you are selling me at, I took it from you for 82. RBI reference rate was only 81 and I sold you $1000. Then Baba, how much money I made? I made 1000 rupees. That is the value of my supply. But sir, okay, if buying rate is there, then if I am buying from you, for example, RBI reference rate is 81 and I am buying from you only at 80 rupees per dollar, then multiply it by $1000. I bought $1000 from you, then 1000 into 81 minus 80, 1 rupee margin I made. That is only my value of supply. Sir, remember one thing, if supposingly foreign currency to INR is not involved only, then Baba, foreign currency, for example, one person is giving dollars and taking pounds. In that scenario, both are foreign currency only. Both the foreign currency, you multiply it by the RBI reference rate, convert into INR. Convert both of them into INR. Whichever is lower of that, you have to take 1%. That will be the value of supply. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, sir, oh, no. 1 minute. 1 minute. Sorry. I want to tell you over here, what I told you over here, that one was here. Okay, 1 minute. If I am going in and selling foreign currency or buying foreign currency, whatever is the selling rate minus RBI reference rate or RBI reference rate minus buying rate multiplied by the currency, you will go ahead and get the value. Done, sir. This point is clear. If RBI reference rate is not available now, do one thing. Whatever is the currency paid or whatever is the INR received, INR paid or INR received, 1% will become my value of supply. Done, sir. Next. Sir, if foreign currency to foreign currency conversion is happening, whatever foreign currency you paid and you received also foreign currency. For example, I gave dollars to you and took pounds from you. What is the value of my supply? In this scenario, both dollar and pound I have to convert into INR. Lower of the amount, 1% will become my value of supply. It says currency 1, currency 2 multiplied by RBI reference rate. Whatever is the lower amount of that, 1% will become my value of supply. The next one over here is second method, which is slab method over here. What is slab method over here? If currency exchange and value of supply. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and follow this method also. If I am going ahead and exchanging currency, up to rupees 1 lakh, then my value of supply will be 250 or 1%, whichever is higher. If I am going ahead and exchanging and amount is more than 1 lakh, up to 10 lakh rupees. Remember one thing, for 1 lakh, it is 1000 rupees and remaining ke liye 0.5% will become my value of supply. If the amount is more than 10 lakh rupees, then what will happen? Then they are going in and telling more than 10 lakh rupees. So, sir, up to 1 lakh, it is 1%, which is 1000. From here up to 10 lakh, 9 lakh ke liye, it will be 0.5%, which is 4500. So, it will become over here. 5,500 rupees plus, sir, whatever is the amount over here. For an example, over here we have, I have gone in and exchange currency which is 50 lakh rupees. So here we have 40 lakh rupees, of that 0.1%. Remember, the total should not exceed 60,000 rupees. That's all they have gone in and told. This is the second method, slab method. Done, sir. This point is clear. The second one, air travel agent ka case mein, what is my value of supply? 5% of the basic fare. If it is domestic booking, international booking ka case mein, 10% of the basic fare will become my value of supply. Done, sir. This point is clear. Life insurance, I've already gone ahead and told you. Please come to the next page, everyone. In the next page, Sir, what is the case law you like over here or anything you like? People see, in this one point which they can go ahead and ask you about the internally generated services. People, this internally generated services ke liye, let's go ahead and quickly revise over here. Everyone over here now. Internally generated services. It says where head office is providing services to the branch office, where head office is providing services to the branch office for which full ITC is available to the branch office. So for an example, I am the head office and I am providing services to my branch office, and my branch office is eligible for full ITC. Then what is my value of supply? It says in respect of internally generated service where head office is providing services to the branch office for which full ITC is available to the branch, but head office may not be issuing invoice. I am not issuing an invoice, or I am issuing invoice, but cost of particular component, say salary. For example, my employees are giving services to my branch office. Then employee ka cost I am not including in the invoice. Employee cost is not included while issuing the invoice. Whether head office is mandatorily required to issue invoice and whether all cost shall be included by the head office to the branch office where full ITC is available to the branch. Then they have gone ahead and told if your branch office is eligible for full ITC, whether it is mandatory to issue invoice and whether if it is mandatory, should I include all the cost in my employee or means invoice like employee cost, etc. So they went ahead and told the value declared in the invoice shall be deemed as the open market value, and that will only be your value of supply. But irrespective whether a cost has been included or not doesn't matter, and if the tax invoice is not issued, the value of such supply may be deemed as nil. Okay, people, are we connected? There's some internet issue, I think. Are we all connected, everyone? Is it clear? Are we all connected, everyone? Is it clear to all? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now okay. Now okay. Now okay. Okay. ठीक है. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Connected. Okay, fine. Listen. What they are telling? In respect of internally generated service where full ITC is not, okay, if full ITC is available to my branch office, what will happen? If full ITC is available to your branch officer, then whatever value you declare in the invoice, that is the value. Sir, if you don't issue the invoice, then nil will be the value. Okay, sir, this point is clear. Then they are telling in respect of internally generated services where full ITC is not available to the concerned branch office, whether cost of employee involved in providing the service is mandatorily required to be included while computing the taxable value of supply of service by the head office to the branch office. So for example, I am the head office and my branch office is there and I am going in and providing the service. Everyone listen to me very carefully. I am the head office and I am providing services to my branch office and my branch office is not eligible for full ITC. In that scenario, is it mandatory that the invoice which I issue, in that my employee ka cost also should be included? They have gone ahead and told over here, in respect of internally generated service, cost of salary of the employee is not mandatorily required to be included, even in case where full ITC is not available to your branch. Here, one third issue is also added, which I will tell you from the amendment. Everyone see here. In case of importation of service by a registered person in India from a related person located outside India. Everyone listen carefully. For an example, I have one related person outside India. ठीक है sir, holding company outside India. The tax on which is required to be paid under RCM. In such case, the registered person in India will issue the self-invoice and the tax will be payable under RCM. Accordingly, in case where the foreign affiliate is providing certain services to the domestic and where full ITC is available to the related domestic company, how will the value of such service be determined? So for an example, my related person is outside India. From outside India, he is providing me service in India. And I have to pay the GST under RCM. So I will raise the self-invoice and pay the GST under RCM. But sir, I am eligible for full ITC. If I am eligible for full ITC, what will be the value of the services? So they have gone ahead and told, in case the value of the supply of service declared in the invoice by the related domestic industry may be deemed as the open market value. Further, in case where full ITC is available to the recipient, if invoice is not issued by the, so people, if I have taken some services from outside India for my foreign company and I am eligible for full ITC, I can declare 1 rupees as the invoice value and that will be the value of supply. They have gone ahead and further told, in case where full ITC is available to the recipient, if the invoice is not issued, then the value of that supply of service will be taken as nil. So people, if I have imported some services from outside India from my related person and I am required to pay GST and RCM, whatever invoice value I show, if I am eligible for full ITC, whatever invoice value I show, that will become the value of supply. If I am not going ahead and raising the invoice only, then the value will be taken as nil. They have gone ahead and told invoice issued, value declared in the invoice, open market value, and that will be the value of supply. Invoice not issued, value of supply will be open market value, which will be taken as nil. Done, sir. This point is clear. This was one amendment which I had to go ahead and tell you. Other than that, everything is okay. Nothing very, very crucial from this chapter. But I believe this time you should take care. 15.1, 15.2, 15.3. This is very important. Valuation rule number 28, corporate guarantee wala point which is there. This rule number 31A, 31B, 31C, which I have told you. This and this point is important. Other than that, this internet generated services wala point which is there is also very important. Now, let's go ahead and move to the next chapter. Everyone over here in the chapter of tax invoice, everyone, please come to the next chapter, tax invoice. Are we all 100% clear till here? Are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now, listen. Now we are going to do the chapter of tax invoice, which is there. Tax invoice, debit note and credit note. Everyone, are you all there? Yes, sir. Can we go ahead? People, is everyone there? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Everyone, you have to stay motivated. Yes, sir. We are all going to do it. Let's go ahead and continue our discussion. Everyone over here now, listen. Now, in this tax invoice ka chapter, Baba, tax invoice ka chapter is a C graded chapter from exam point of view. Sir, any amendment which is there? Baba, no amendment in this chapter. One place they have added GSTR 1A, nothing, Baba, important amendment. So there is no amendment in the tax invoice ka chapter. So sir, in the tax invoice ka chapter, would you like us to read something? Baba, one point which you guys can read over here and remember that, sir, tomorrow when you are revising, if you want, you can just go through rule number 34, section number 34, which is debit note, credit note. I don't like it so much. Section number 31.3, if you want, you guys can read it. Section number 31.3, all of them. Sir, what is section number 31.3? I'll revise with you. Section number 31.3 talks about RN bar SP. R for revised tax invoice. Remember, revised tax invoice should be issued within 1 month. N for no tax invoice. No tax invoice if the value of supply is less than 200 rupees. But this is not applicable for multiplex. This is not applicable for multiplex, everyone. Remember one thing, multiplex theaters which are there are required to do e-ticketing, and Baba, e-ticket will only be deemed as their tax invoice. Done, sir. For them, this will not be applicable. Even if the value is less than 200, e-ticket is mandatory for multiplex. Done, sir. B for bill of supply. If I am supplying exempt supply or I am a composition dealer, I will go ahead and issue bill of supply. A for advance. If I receive any advance, I'll go ahead and issue receipt voucher. Remember this point, you will always issue what, everyone? Receipt voucher. R for refund. Refund ka case mein you should always issue refund voucher. When will you issue refund voucher? If you don't do any supply or no tax invoice has been given, if you refund the amount, you should always issue refund voucher. S for self invoice. Baba, if you have gone ahead and received some services, supplier is unregistered, you are registered, you have to raise, people, in case of RCM, supplier is unregistered. Oh, sorry, not. In case of RCM, if the supplier is registered, he will give you a tax invoice. If the supplier is unregistered in case of RCM, supplier is unregistered, then you being the recipient, you have to pay GST under RCM by raising a self invoice. Done. The next is payment voucher. Whenever you are going ahead and making the payment to that guy who is supplying you the services or goods on which you are paying the GST under RCM, whether the supplier is registered or unregistered, doesn't matter. You being the recipient, you have to raise a self invoice. This is talking about, payment voucher. You have to raise payment voucher whenever you are making the payment. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than this, in this chapter, debit note, credit note, you already know. One thing which you can remember is e-invoicing and dynamic QR code. I like this point of e-invoicing and dynamic QR code. I'll go ahead and quickly revise with you guys. Baba, otherwise this chapter is C graded, not very important from exam point of view, but let's revise e-invoicing and dynamic QR code. What is e-invoicing, everyone? Going to the e-invoice ka portal. People, does e-invoicing mean you have to go ahead and make the invoice also on the e-invoice portal? No. E-invoicing does not mean you have to make the invoice on the e-invoice portal. E-invoicing means you have to just register your invoice on the e-invoice ka portal, which is e-invoice 1 gst.gov.in, e-invoice 2 gst.gov.in, e-invoice 3 gst.gov.in, e-invoice 4 gst.gov.in, like that 10 portals are there. You have to go and just register your invoice. That is called the invoice registration portal. So who are the people who are required to go ahead and register their invoice. When you register the invoice, the portal will go ahead and give you one QR code having invoice registration number and invoice reference number. And Baba, only once you get the invoice reference number, your invoice e-invoicing is done. So basically, you generate one invoice, go to the invoice portal, upload the details, and the portal will give you one QR code, which is e-invoice ka QR code. Plus, the portal will also give you an IRN number, invoice reference number, basically invoice reference number or invoice registration number. That IRN number, if you get it, it means your invoice is e-invoice. Done, sir. Who are the people who are required to do e-invoice? Remember this point, everyone. If you are a registered person plus your aggregate turnover is more than how much, everyone? In any preceding financial year from 17-18 is more than 5 crores. So 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, any year, if your turnover was more than 5 crore rupees, then you are required to do e-invoicing with respect to your B2B sale and for your export. B2B sales and for your export. And remember one thing, e-invoicing is not applicable. E-invoicing is not applicable if you are anyone who is following rule number 54, 2, 3, 4 and 4A. What is rule number 54? 2 telling. Rule number 54 talks about special cases when special document is considered as tax invoice. For example, insurance company, banking company, financial institution and NBFC. People NBFI. If they issue consolidated tax invoice or any other document like a statement, that is also their tax invoice. ठीक है sir? GTA issues tax invoice or consignment note, that is only their tax invoice. Passenger transportation wala people, ticket they are issuing, manual ticket or electronic ticket, that is only their tax invoice. And multiplex give e-ticket and e-ticket is only their tax invoice. So people, these are B, G, P, M cases. B for banking. Whenever I say banking, remember NBFI, NBFC, banking company, financial institution and insurance company. Okay. G for GTA, P for passenger transportation wala and M for multiplex. So papa, people, e-invoicing is not applicable for whom? B, G, Prime Minister, GLS, G, Prime Minister riding a GLS car. B for banking company, NBFI. G for GTA, P for passenger transportation service wala, M for multiplex, G for, sir, government department, here government department, L for local authority and S for SEZ unit. Remember one thing, everyone, e-invoicing, first of all tell me one thing, I'll repeat again, e-invoicing, when is it applicable? If you are a registered person plus aggregate turnover in any last year, current year, last year, any of the last year from 17-18 is more than 5 crore rupees, then for you e-invoicing is applicable. E-invoicing is applicable only for B2B supplies which are there and for your exports which are there. E-invoicing is not applicable if you are BG, Prime Minister riding a GLS. B for banking company, which is NBFI, G for GTA, P for passenger transportation, M for multiplex, G for government department, L for local authority and S for SEZ unit which is there. Done, sir. This point is clear. Remember one thing, if you are a supplier who is BG Prime Minister, then for your supplies, you are not required to do e-invoicing. But for example, tell me one thing, I am a registered person, I am supplying to an SEZ or I am supplying to government department which is registered as TDS deductor. Baba, if the supplier are these people, then they will not do invoicing. If the recipient are these people, you have to do invoicing. Remember this point, everyone. If, for example, you are going ahead and issuing invoice for supplies to a government department which is registered as TDS deductor, is invoicing required? Yes, you have to issue invoice. If I am supplying to an SEZ unit, recipient is SEZ unit, is e-invoicing required? Yes, Baba, e-invoicing is required. Done, sir. This point is clear. The next one, dynamic QR code. Everyone tell me one thing. Dynamic QR code. Who are the people who are required to go ahead and give dynamic QR code? Dynamic QR code means, Baba, in your invoice, you have to give a QR code so that people can scan and make the payment. Now, they have gone ahead and told who are the people who are required to give dynamic QR code. They have gone ahead and told if you are a registered person plus your aggregate turnover in any preceding financial year from 17-18 is more than 500 crore, then for you to give in your invoice or to show the dynamic QR code for UPI payment is mandatory. And they are telling it is to be shown with respect to B2C supplies. Purpose is government wants to enable UPI payment. And for whom dynamic QR code is not applicable? If you are BG, Prime Minister, O office, B for banking company, NBFI, G for GTA, passenger transportation wala, multiplex and O for OIDAR who are supplying services from outside India. For them also dynamic QR code is not applicable. I want everyone to quickly tell me, is this e-invoicing and dynamic QR code wala point clear to all of you? Yes, sir. Now, people went ahead and asked one question. Sir, I am a banking company. E-invoicing is not applicable with respect to only my banking services or anything done by me. तो गवर्नमेंट वेंट एंड क्लैरिफाइड व्हेन आई हैव टोल्ड बैंकिंग कंपनी के लिए इट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल, बैंकिंग कंपनी का बैंकिंग सर्विस और बैंकिंग कंपनी सेलिंग बुलियन और बैंकिंग कंपनी गोइंग एंड डूइंग एनीथिंग, ई इनवॉइसिंग इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल. दे हैव गॉट इट एंड क्लैरिफाइड ओवर हियर. This point is done, everyone. ठीक है sir, this is clear. There is nothing else which is there. ठीक है, I have told you about this also. I told you you have to read debit note and credit note once. If you want, you guys can quickly read it. This point I want you guys to remember. If I am going in and supplying taxable supply and exempt supply to an unregistered person, together I am supplying taxable and exempt supply, I don't have to give two separate documents for taxable supply, tax invoice, for exempt supply, bill of supply, not required. I can give a single document. If I am supplying to unregistered person taxable and exempt supply, I can give a single document which is known as invoice cum bill of supply. ठीक है sir, this point is clear. Other than that, our tax invoice chapter is okay. I'll go ahead and close my revision on tax invoice, debit note, credit note and delivery challan. Can we all go ahead and now move to the next chapter, accounts and records? Everyone, are we all clear till here? That's okay, Nilesh. It's okay. Let's all enjoy what we are studying. Yes? Everyone over here now, please tell me, are we all clear till here? Can we go ahead to accounts and records, everyone? Can we go to accounts and records, everyone? ठीक है, accounts and records, C graded chapter. But you know what, everyone? From the last two times, I am seeing that ICA has one trend wherein C graded chapter, they are definitely going ahead and asking 1 3 to 4 mark question. 100% they are going ahead and asking. So accounts and record, you have to go ahead and revise. People, let's revise. First, tell me one thing. Accounts and records, mein, who are the people who are required to maintain accounts and record? Every registered person is required. Sir, where will he maintain accounts and record? At his principal place of business as per his registration certificate. Sir, what are the details he is required to maintain? You are required to maintain PCOs. Production related accounts, inward and outward related accounts, stock related accounts which are there. Sir, you have to maintain ITC avail related details, output tax payable and paid related details and such other particulars as told in rule number 56. What are the details required, everyone? Remember one thing. Who are the people who are required to issue tax invoice? Sir, sorry. Today morning I am teaching from morning 7 o'clock. ठीक है, तो ठीक है. Now I think brain is going shut slowly. But yes, we have to be energetic. We have to study. Everyone over here, listen. People, tell me one thing. Who are the people required to maintain books of accounts? Every registered person. Correct, everyone? Where are we going to maintain books of account? At the principal place of business as per the registration certificate. Sir, what are the details required to maintain? PCOs are required to maintain. Sir, where if I have more than one place of business, do I have to maintain accounts relating to additional place at principal place or I have to maintain at additional place of business? They are telling if you have more than one place of business, additional place of business ka account should be maintained at additional place of business. Remember this, everyone. Done. Who are the unregistered people also who have to maintain books of accounts? Remember, in your exam, they can go ahead and tell you who are the unregistered people also. They have to maintain their books of account. You have to tell whether registered or unregistered. If you are owner operator of godown or warehouse or your transporter, you have to maintain your records which are there. ठीक है sir. Now rule number 58 goes ahead and says if you are a registered person, you will have a GSTN number. If you are unregistered person, you have to take enrollment. ठीक है sir. Now this is very, very important. They can go ahead and tell you one small point saying, sir, what are the accounts and records which are required to be maintained by transporter, owner, operator of warehouse? Then you can say a transporter will have to maintain records of goods which are transported, delivered, stored in transit along with GSTN number of registered consignor and consignee for each of his branches. Baba, people, tell me one thing. If I am a transporter, what records I will maintain? I will have to maintain records of the goods which I have transported, delivered, stored in transit, along with the GST number of who is the registered consignor and who is the registered consignee for each of his place of business. ठीक है sir. If I am an owner operator of warehouse, what should I maintain? Baba, for whom did I store the goods? How many days did I store the goods? I should store owner-wise, item-wise details I should go ahead and keep. See what they are telling. Books of account with respect to periods for which goods remain in the warehouse, including particulars of dispatch, movement, how many came in, how many disposed of. They shall store goods in such a way I should store the goods that they can be identified owner wise, item wise, and facilitate physical verification whenever the proper officer comes. You should be allowing the proper officer should be easily be able to, you should be able to say that, sir, this belongs to this person and these are his items which are there. Owner wise, item wise, you should go ahead and maintain the goods. They are telling this, you should store the goods in such a way that it can be identified item wise, owner wise. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, one point over here is important. How many months you should store your books of accounts, everyone? 72 months from the due date. From the due date of annual return, 72 months. From the due date, once the year gets over, annual return ka due date is 31st December. From 31st December, you should maintain for 72 months. Done, sir. This point is clear. But if I am a party to an appeal, then once the appeal has been finally disposed of, or any proceedings are going on, or any revision is going on, once the proceeding final disposal is done, from that day I should maintain the books of account for one more year or 72 months, whichever is later. Remember this point, everyone. Sir, period of retention of books of account is 72 months from the due date of furnishing annual return. But if you are party to appeal, revision, proceedings, etc., you should maintain for 1 year after the final disposal of the appeal, revision, or proceeding, or 72 months, whichever is later. Very important. Done, sir. Now here one point which is there. Sir, what are the accounts not required to be maintained by a composition dealer? Remember one thing, a composition dealer is not required to maintain stock related details, and a composition dealer is not required to maintain tax payable related details. Tax related details are not required and stock related details are not required to be maintained by a composition dealer. Remember this point, 2 points. Done, sir. Sir, what are the accounts to be maintained by an agent? I am an agent. I will receive authorization from the principal. That authorization letter I should maintain. What are the goods I have received? Description, quantity, value of the goods which I have received. Description, quantity, value of the goods which I have supplied. I should maintain. What is the tax which I have paid on the goods which I have supplied? All those details are required to be maintained by agent. Particulars of authorization received from the principal to receive and supply. Particulars including description, quantity, value of the goods which I have received. Particulars of description, quantity, value of the goods which I have supplied on behalf of every principal. Then details of accounts furnished to every principal. What account statement did I furnish to every principal? That detail I should maintain. And also tax paid. What is the tax which I have gone ahead and paid on the goods and services which I have received? That detail I should maintain. That details are required to be maintained by the agent. Other than that, one point which I like about works contractor. If I am a works contractor, what is works contract, everyone? When I am going in and supplying goods also and service also and making someone ke liye one immovable property, what I am doing is I am giving works contract service. Yes, sir. Now remember one thing. What are the books of accounts to be maintained by works contractor? Name, address of the person on whose behalf I have done the works contract. ठीक है, sir. Description, quantity, value of the goods which I have received to do the works contract. Description, quantity, value of the goods which I have utilized to do the works contract. What is the payment which I have received for each works contract? For whom I did the works contract? What is the payment I have received for each works contract? And sir, to do the works contract, from whom I am buying the goods. It says name and address of the supplier from whom he received the goods and service. Everyone, what do you have to maintain over here? Name and address of the person for whom I am doing the works contract. What payment I have received. Sir, description, value, quantity of the goods which I have received to do the works contract. Description, quantity, value of the goods which I have utilized to do the works contract. Who are my supplier? These details are required to be maintained by a works contractor. I like only these points from this chapter. I'll go ahead and close my revision on accounts and records, everyone. Now we are going to move to the next chapter, which is e-way bill. People, are you guys with me? Is everyone there? How's the Josh, everyone? Can we go ahead and continue? Yes, Baba, are we all there? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. I want everyone to comment and quickly tell me, are you guys there, everyone? Everyone sitting in the class have to tell me, yes, sir. Can we go ahead? Chalo. Now, the next chapter which is there is e-way bill. E-way bill ka chapter. Everyone listen to me very carefully. In e-way bill, the most important point which you should remember, everyone over here now. It says, e-way bill mein, this point I like it. 1 minute. Let me see if there is any amendment which was there. No, time of supply. Next amendment is in time of supply. Okay. People, e-way bill. You have to remember over here, in e-way bill, first of all, why should you generate e-way bill? What are the reason why e-way bill should be generated? Whenever you are causing the movement of goods. The movement of the goods can be because of supply or any other reason, doesn't matter. But if you are causing movement of the goods, which is consignment value more than 50,000, intra or inter doesn't matter. Everyone over here. अरे टेंशन राइजिंग, टेंशन नहीं लेने का बाबा, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, आई एम देयर ना. आराम से रिलैक्स, आराम से कीप रिवाइजिंग. आई विल टेल यू द शेड्यूल ऑल्सो फॉर टुमारो. टुमारो ऑल्सो विल गो एंड सिट एंड रिवाइज. रिलैक्स, आराम से रिलैक्स एंड सिट एंड लिसन टू मी व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, आई एम देयर ना. ठीक है, नाउ लिसन. If you are going ahead and causing the movement of goods, if you are causing the movement, e-way bill, a bill which you need on the way, which you should generate electronically, online you should generate. Then everyone, it says what? If you are going ahead and causing the movement of goods of the consignment value more than 50,000 rupees, if you are going ahead and causing the movement of the goods of consignment value more than 50,000, e-way bill is required. ठीक है? But whether intra or inter doesn't matter. E-way bill is required if the consignment value is more than 50,000 rupees. Done, sir. This point is clear. Next. Two cases where irrespective of the value, e-way bill is required. Two cases where irrespective of the value, e-way bill is required. Number one, interstate movement to a job worker. If you are sending your goods to a job worker interstate, then Baba, e-way bill is mandatory. ठीक है sir? Interstate movement of handicraft goods by a person exempted from compulsory registration under section number 24, 1 and 2. What they are going ahead and telling, everyone listen to me very carefully. When is e-way bill required? Whenever you are causing consignment value of more than 50,000 ka movement is there, then you have to go ahead and generate e-way bill. Second, two cases when it is mandatory. Number one, interstate movement to a job worker. When you are moving the goods interstate to a job worker, then e-way bill is mandatory. ठीक है? Intra, then value should be more than 50,000. ठीक है? Next, if it is interstate movement of handicraft goods by a person who is exempted from compulsory registration under section number 24(1) and section number 24(2). People, what are they telling over here? If you are doing interstate movement of which goods? Handicraft goods, where you are exempted from compulsory registration under section number 24(1) and 2. People, if you are doing interstate movement of handicraft goods, you are exempted from registration. Remember, exempted from registration but not exempted from e-way bill. E-way bill is mandatory. Done, sir. This point can be important. How to calculate the consignment value? How do you calculate the consignment value? Always remember one thing. Whatever is the value declared in the invoice or bill of supply or delivery challan, whatever is the value declared. People, just give me a minute. Whatever is the value declared in the invoice, bill of supply or delivery challan, whatever value you declare, plus the GST, that will give you the consignment value. Always remember one thing, everyone. Consignment value when you are calculating include GST, but don't include exempt supply ka value. If it is an invoice come bill of supply, exempt supply ka value should always be excluded. Remember, consignment value includes GST but excludes exempt supply ka value. That's all. ठीक है sir, this point is clear. When should you generate? Okay, e-way bill ka validity. E-way bill should always be generated prior to movement. In case of rail, air or ship, it can be generated after movement also. ठीक है? Sir, what is the validity of the e-way bill? If it's a over-dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment or transportation where ship is involved, it is less than equal to 20 kilometers के लिए 1 day. If it is other than over-dimensional cargo, normal cargo or ship is not involved in your transportation, then 200 kilometers के लिए 1 day का validity. Done, sir. This point is clear. Now, Baba, nothing else over here. You can remember over here. What are the cases when e-way bill is not required? I don't like it, but still, I will tell you guys tomorrow. You can read it once. Just read it once. Not important, but okay. Your good luck can be very good. They can ask you one point. Okay? One point which I want you to read from e-way bill over here. Now listen. What are the cases when e-way bill will be blocked? Rule number 138E goes ahead and says, if you do 4 defaults, then your e-way bill portal will be blocked for your sale. For your purchase, you can generate e-way bill, but for your sale, your e-way bill portal will be blocked. Everyone over here now. It says restriction on furnishing information in part A of e-way bill. Restriction on furnishing information in part A of e-way bill form number 1. Blocking and unblocking of e-way bill. Remember, no person shall be allowed to furnish information in part A in respect of any outward movement of goods who, by a person who, if you are a composition dealer, CMP 08 not filed for 2 quarter. If you are a person other than composition, GSTR 1 not filed for 2 quarter or 2 months. GSTR 3B not filed for 2 months or 2 quarter, e-way bill portal block. GSTR 1 not filed, GSTR 3B, which is the return not filed for 2 months or 2 quarter, CMP 08 not filed for 2 quarter, e-way bill portal block for composition dealer. If you are a person whose registration is suspended under rule number 21A, people, remember one thing, if your registration is suspended, then also your e-way bill portal will be blocked. Can you tell me everyone, when will your e-way bill portal be blocked? Sir, 4 cases. Composition dealer, CMP 08 not filed for 2 quarter. ठीक है sir. Normal person, GSTR 1 not filed for 2 months or 2 quarter. Sir, normal registered person not filed monthly returns, basically for 2 months or 2 quarter. GSTR 3B not filed for 2 months, 2 quarter. Or if your registration is suspended, you can't go ahead and generate e-way bill. E-way bill can't be generated for your sales, but for your purchase, if anyone is selling you, can they generate? Yes, but for your sales, you can't generate e-way bill. Remember this point. Done, sir. This point is clear. The next one over here, nothing very important. It is just for a reading purpose. You guys can read once. Okay, sir. These are all okay. These are just reading purpose. Nothing very important. Okay. E-way bill. One thing you have to remember. E-way bill is always valid if Part A and Part B both are filled. But supposingly, is there any exception to the rule, sir? When you don't fill Part A, Part B, that is transportation detail, but still your e-way bill is valid? Yes. If from your office you are sending the goods to a GTA who is going to put in a big truck and transport it further from your office to his office, if to the transporter place you are sending and it's an intrastate movement and distance is up to 50 km, then Baba, Part A is required, Part B is not required. But if distance is more than 50 km, Part A and Part B both will be required. Done, sir. Then transporter will update the transportation details. The goods will reach over here to the GTA Delhi. Okay? Now, from here to the final consignee when the goods are going, everyone listen to me very carefully. From here to the final consignee when the goods are going, from transporter's place of business, intrastate movement, if the distance is up to 50 km, again, from the transporter's place to the final consignee, if distance is up to 50 km, only Part A is required, Part B will not be required. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, sir, this point is clear. And if the distance is more than 50 km, then Part A and Part B both will be required. So people, can I tell you, generally e-way bill is valid only when Part A and Part B both are filled. Part A and Part B both are filled, then Baba, e-way bill is valid. But if from consignor to the transporter goods are going, or from the transporter to the final consignee goods are going, and the distance is only up to 50 km, then Part B is not required. Remember this point. I like this point, so I have told you. You know, yesterday for CA intermediate, they went ahead and told this. Write the provision of rule number 138C. Tomorrow they can tell you, write the provision of rule number 138B. 138B says what? Verification of document. When you are going on the way, authorized officer can stop you. He can verify the document, e-way bill and the conveyance. If everything is okay, he'll let you go. If something is fishy, section number 129, they will go ahead and Baba, section number 129 will be applied. Offenses and penalties wala chapter. Yes, sir, we remember. Then, sir, rule number 138C says what? Inspection of goods. When you are going on the way, they will inspect the goods in transit, and then officer will upload one summary report, and then he will upload one final report. Once the summary report and final report is uploaded, they will not check again. But if there is a specific intelligence information, then the checking can happen again. That's all, everyone. E-way bill not required. Anything more? One point I will tell you. If supposingly one truck mein goods are transported, remember, if one truck mein goods are transported and you are going ahead and transporting the goods in a truck and 3 invoices are there, can I generate one e-way bill? No. 3 document means 3 consignment. 3 consignment means 3 separate e-way bill is required. If 3 separate e-way bill are generated later, the transporter can make a single document which is called a consolidated e-way bill. But Baba, for 3 bill, you can't make one consolidated e-way bill. For 3 invoices or 3 document, 3 separate e-way bill are required. Then 3 separate bill e-way bill ka detail can be consolidated in one e-way bill, which is called consolidated e-way bill. Is my point 100% clear to all? Can I close the discussion of e-way bill, everyone? Yes, sir, e-way bill ka discussion close over here. Now, we are going to move to our chapter of time of supply. Everyone, please come to the chapter of time of supply. Everyone, please come to the chapter of time of supply, everyone. Time of supply. Sir, up to what time revision will be done? This is the last chapter. Tomorrow, I want you guys to be fresh for the input tax credit ka chapter. So this will be the last chapter. Tomorrow ka time I'll tell you, and tomorrow we'll be going ahead and starting with input tax credit. Done, everyone? Now, let's go ahead and now do time of supply. Please come to time of supply, everyone. The last chapter for the day, time of supply. Is everyone ready? Can we go ahead, everyone? Are you all ready for the next chapter, which is the time of supply ka chapter, everyone? Let's do it. Ready, sir. Done. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. Time of supply. We have section number 12, we have section number 13, and we have section number 14. In section number 12, Baba, section number 12 goes ahead and talks about time of supply with respect to goods. I want to go ahead and talk about 12.2 and 12.3 only. People, section number 12.2 with respect to people, what is time of supply? Time of supply is that time when you become liable to pay the GST. Correct, everyone? Now remember, section number 12.2. Everyone, section number 12 has section number 12.2 and 12.3. 12.2 talks about forward charge mechanism when do you have to pay GST. 12.3 talks about reverse charge mechanism when do you have to pay GST in respect of goods. Here they have gone ahead and told, if you are a supplier of specified actionable claim or other goods, you have to remember one thing, everyone. If you are going ahead and supplying actionable claim, then Baba, it is date of invoice or last date to issue invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier you are required to pay the GST. But if it is other goods other than actionable claim, Baba, actionable claim mein to GST has to be paid when you receive advance also. But other goods ka case mein, it is only date of invoice or last date to issue invoice, whichever is earlier. Done. Reverse charge mechanism का केस में, I want you guys to remember, listen everyone, reverse charge mechanism का केस में, remember, the date of receipt of goods, the day I receive the goods, if I have to pay GST under reverse charge, can you tell me reverse charge में what are the goods, everyone? Crops, belt, plus metal scrap, you are required to pay GST under RCM, correct. Date of receipt of goods or the date of payment, when I make the payment, or from the supplier's invoice, 31st day from the date of invoice given by the supplier, whichever is earlier. Sir, here supplier ka 31st day I am telling, but in exam you have to say date or day following 30 days. Date following the 30 days. People, here forward charge mein date of invoice or last date to issue invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. But in case of actionable claim, all the three are correct. But other goods ka case mein date of receipt of payment is not there. If it is reverse charge, I have to pay GST under RCM the day I have received the goods, the day I make the payment, or the day immediately following 30 days, which is 31st day, whichever is earlier. Sir, if all the three dates are not there, the day I make a book entry, that day will become the time of supply. This is with respect to section number 12.2 and 12.3. Now we'll go ahead and talk about 13.2 and 13.3. 13.2 talks about forward charge mechanism in case of services, and 13.3 talks about reverse charge mechanism in case of services. Everyone over here now, listen. So, sir, forward charge mechanism in case of services, when are you required to go ahead and pay the GST in case of services? Sir, remember one thing, if invoice is raised on time, people, you have to ask one simple question to yourself, is the invoice raised on time? If you have raised the invoice on time, then date of invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. If you don't raise the invoice on time, then Baba, the day you provided the service, date of provisioning of service or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. So people, can you tell me, if I am a supplier of service, I should raise the invoice for an example within 30 days. So in date of invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. If I don't raise the invoice within time, then Baba, day I provided the service or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. Done, sir. Sir, if these dates are not available, supplier ka time of supply will come on the basis of recipient ka books of account. When the recipient made a book entry, that will become the time of supply of the supplier. Done, sir. This point is clear. Reverse charge ka case mein, in case of services, reverse charge in case of services, listen. Reverse charge, can you tell me in case of which services reverse charge mechanism is applicable? Can you tell me, everyone, in case of which services reverse charge mechanism is applicable? Quickly tell me, reverse charge mechanism in case of diagrams. Sir, diagrams ka case mein, yes sir. In case of services, there is only the day you make the payment for the service or 31st day becomes 61st day from the date of invoice given by the supplier, whichever is earlier. Everyone over here now see what they have told. The day you make the payment. So payable director gave me a service. The day I make the payment to the director, or date immediately following 60 days from the date of invoice given by the supplier, whichever is earlier. If both the dates are not there, then in my books of account, I will make one book entry saying, sir, I have not yet made the payment, but I am passing payable ka entry. Whatever day you go ahead and pass the entry, that day will become your time of supply. They have gone ahead and told book entry date will become the time of supply in the books of the recipient the day he passes a entry. Done, sir. This point is clear. Remember, normally if you import the service, you have to pay the GST on date you make the payment to the supplier outside India or 61st day. But if it is importation of service from your associate enterprise, then remember one thing, the and date of when you make the payment or the day when you make the book entry in your books of account, that will become the time of supply, whichever is earlier. Okay, sir, this point is clear. Let's go ahead and now do section number 14. Section number 14 talks about time of supply in case of change of rate of tax. Remember one thing, everyone over here. This is the rate change. If goods and services are supplied before the rate change, you will come under section number 14A. If goods and services are supplied after the rate change, then you will come under 14B wala case. So for an example, this is the rate change. If goods and services I have gone ahead and supplied before the rate change, I supplied, then here payment was before but invoice was later. Then whatever is attached to the supply. For example, this is the rate change. Everyone here, goods and services supplied before, invoice is before, payment is after. Whatever is attached to the supply. It says, see, if goods and services are supplied before, invoice is before, payment is after. What is before? We are talking about before ka case, right? What is before? That will become the time of supply, and before wala rate, old rate will apply. Sir, if goods and services are supplied before, invoice is after, but the payment is before. Goods and services supplied before the rate change. This is the rate change, goods and services supplied before. Payment is before, invoice is after. What is before? Payment. So, sir, date of payment and old rate will come over here. Sir, goods and services are supplied before, but invoice is after, payment also after. In these two, whichever is earlier. If both are, sir, goods and services are supplied before, invoice is after, payment is after. In these two, whichever is before will become the time of supply. It says whichever is earlier in these two, and sir, new rate will apply. Now we are going in and talking about section number 14B. Sir, goods and services supplied after. Invoice is after, payment was before. What is attached to the after? Invoice. Invoice will become. Sir, goods and services supplied after. Invoice is after, payment is before the rate change. Then whatever is after, that will be the time of supply. And after, date of invoice wala date will become the time of supply. And after wala rate, new rate will apply. Sir, invoice is before, payment is after. What is after? We are talking about after ka case. Goods and services supplied after. What is after? Invoice is after, payment is before. What is after? We are talking about after ka case, and after is payment, then date of payment, and after wala rate. Sir, we are talking about goods and services supplied after the rate change, but invoice is before, payment is before, then whichever is earlier in these two. And old wala rate will apply. Remember one thing, generally, date of payment is book entry or credit, whichever book entry or credit in the bank account, whichever is earlier. People, date of receipt of payment is what? Book entry or credit in the bank account, whichever is earlier. But in case of rate change, no, make sure from the day the rate changes, your bank may the check should be created within 4 working days. If it is created within 4 working days, then you will take book entry or credit, whichever is earlier. Book entry date will come as the time, date of receipt of payment. But if your check does not get created within 4 working days, for an example, it got created in 8 working days, then Baba government says the day it got created in the bank account, that will become the date of receipt of payment. Remember this point, everyone. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than this, we have 2 circulars over here in time of supply, which is one with respect to HAM model. HAM model is what, everyone? Hybrid annuity model. It says what, everyone? Time of supply in respect of construction of road and maintenance thereof of national highway project. For an example, I'll tell you about this, everyone, quickly. See. For example, we have Adani Group over here. Adani Group is known as the concessionaire in this case. Concessionaire. They will be known as the concessionaire. So, Adani Group has been told by NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, Adani, do one thing. For 15 years, first make this road. Build the road, operate the road, and then transfer it to us. So, basically, Adani will go ahead and give continuous supply of service to NHAI, wherein it will build the road for NHAI, then it will maintain the road also, and after 15 years gets over, they will transfer the road also. So here, Adani Group is giving what, everyone? It is giving continuous supply of service. So in case of continuous supply of service, when is Adani Group required to pay the GST? People, tell me one thing. Whenever you are giving continuous supply of service and NHAI is going ahead and making the payment to you, here you have to go ahead and see, sir, is the invoice on time? If the invoice is on time, date of invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. If invoice is not on time, the day I provided the service or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. Sir, it's a continuous supply of service. Continuous supply of service ka case mein, if due dates are ascertainable, invoice should be on or before the due date. Done. If you have raised the invoice on time, date of invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. If invoice is not on time, the day due dates as per the contract or date of receipt of payment as per whichever is earlier. People, see over here. Under hybrid annuity model of NHAI, the concessionaire has to construct a new road and provide operation and maintenance service for a period of 15 to 7 years, and the payment is spread over years. What will be the time of supply for payment of tax on the said HAM model? Basically, here Adani Group will go ahead and provide services to NHAI. NHAI will go ahead and make periodic payment. My question to all of you, is it more than 3 months? Yes, sir. It's a continuous supply of service. And in case of continuous supply of service, when do you have to go ahead and raise the invoice? If due date as per the contract is ascertainable, then on or before the due date. If due date is not ascertainable, on or before going ahead and receiving the payment. Sir, if payment is linked to completion, whenever you complete the event, you should go ahead and raise the invoice. If you raise the invoice on time, invoice or payment, whichever is earlier. If you don't raise the invoice on time, the day service was completed, basically due date, then due date or the payment, whichever is earlier. The day the payment was due or payment date, whichever is earlier. Everyone over here now, see, they have gone ahead and told over here, simple. The taxability on the concessionaire, basically Adani Group over here, who is making the road, on HAM model, including construction, will arise on the time of date of invoice, time of issuance of invoice or receipt of payment, whichever is earlier, if the invoice was issued on or before the date specified or the date of the completion of the event. Okay, sir. If the invoice is not issued on time, then it will be the day the service is completed, that is the due date as per the contract or the date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. I like this HAM wala model. You can get a small question in the exam. Please remember this. People, if you have gone ahead and raised the invoice on time, sir, due date is given as per the contract. Due date pay, you raise the invoice. Then invoice or payment, whichever is earlier. Sir, if due date pay, you did not raise the invoice. The day it was the due date, that is the date of providing the service or the payment date, whichever is earlier. I like this HAM model wala question. They can go ahead and ask you. Please be very careful about it in the exam. The next one more point over here has come. The time of supply of service of spectrum usage or any other similar service under the GST model. People, Government of India goes ahead and gives spectrum. In spectrum, what happens? Sir, government is going ahead and giving services to the business entity to use 2G spectrum, 3G spectrum for 10 years, 20 years, etc. In this scenario, when government is going ahead and giving 2G spectrum, 3G spectrum to a business entity has to pay GST under RCM. So people went ahead and asked, sir, Government of India has given spectrum to us. We are using the spectrum and we are making periodic payment to the Government of India. It's a continuous supply of service. We are required to pay GST under RCM. When? So government went ahead and told over here, if full upfront payment is done by you, 100 crore upfront payment is done by you, you have to go ahead. In case of upfront payment by the telecom operator like Reliance, Airtel, etc., GST will be payable when the payment is made or when the payment was due, whichever is earlier. Due or paid, whichever is earlier. Done. In case of deferred payment, it's always considered, people, if it is one shot payment, it's not a continuous supply of service. Government gave you the service, you made periodic payment, then it is continuous supply. You made one shot payment. In this scenario, whenever the payment was due or whenever you paid, whichever is earlier is your time of supply, you are required to pay GST under RCM. Okay, sir. The next one, in case of deferred payment, it shall be considered as a continuous supply of service. Deferred payment means government told we are giving you the spectrum. Every year you have to keep paying us 10 crore rupees. Now, in this scenario, government has gone ahead and given you continuous supply of service for which periodic payment you are going ahead and making. So, I went ahead and told, when should I go ahead and make the payment of GST under RCM? Government told, since supply of spectrum is a continuous supply for more than 3 months, In this case, since the date of payment is clearly ascertainable from the relevant document, the invoice shall be issued on or before the due date of payment. People, government have gone ahead and told you this date, this date, this date, this date, this date, you have to make the payment of 10 crore rupees. Due date ascertainable. If I go ahead, so I should make the invoice on that date. So they are going ahead and telling invoice date or payment date, whichever is earlier. Sir, if I don't raise the invoice on time, see what they are telling. Accordingly, tax invoice will be required to issue on or before the due date of payment. Thus, in this case also GST would be payable as and when the payments are due or when it is made, because on the due date you will raise the invoice or payment, whichever is earlier. So they have gone ahead and told whenever, people, simple it is over here and here. You can remember in case of Spectrum, etc., when you are making the payment, when the payment was due or when the payment was actually made, whichever is earlier, that is the time of supply. That's all. Done, sir. This point is clear. People, here we are done with your time of supply also. In time of supply, I feel 12.2, 12.3, 13.2, 13.3. This rate change wala case, ham model, continuous supply, and Baba, this spectrum fees which I have told you is more than enough. I'll close my revision on time of supply over here. Now listen. This was your first part of the revision where we have gone ahead and completed approximately, I believe, 11-12 chapters we have gone ahead and completed. Everyone over here now. Listen. So today was the first part of the revision. First part we have gone ahead and completed from supply till the time of supply. Correct, everyone? Yes, sir. Done. Now tomorrow we are going to go ahead and start with the input tax credit. Now listen to me very carefully. Tomorrow morning 7 to 1:30 I have class, Baba. So I can't do anything. Day after tomorrow, I have cancelled the class because day after tomorrow you guys have exam. I'll get lot of calls, etc. So day after tomorrow, I have cancelled the class, that is on the 10th, so that you guys can call me. I have cancelled the class day after, but tomorrow I have to take the class. Could not cancel it because tomorrow I could not cancel it. So I have gone ahead and kept the class tomorrow. But tomorrow 7 to 1:30 I will give you your work. Sir, what are we going to do tomorrow? See, 7 to 1:30 I want you guys to finish customs and FTP. You have to go to my YouTube channel. Customs and FTP you guys will finish. From 7 to 1:30, customs and FTP ka marathon is already there on my YouTube channel. Please finish it. 20 marks ke liye customs and FTP will come. Completely finish it. Sir, first thing we will do this. Secondly, what are you going to do? People, we have gone ahead. Secondly, when I gave you the important questions to do, when I told you all the important questions to do, I told you to mark whichever questions you do a mistake. I want you guys to spend some time. See, Baba, for our customs and FTP, now 7 to 12 o'clock is enough. 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock is enough. Sir, then you have your food, etc. 12:30 you sit. 12:30 to 2 o'clock, whatever the important questions I told you, I had already given you a list of the important question. In that question, whichever question you had done a mistake, those question answer you run through quickly. Done, sir. ठीक है. It will be 2 o'clock. Now I'll be back home by 1:30. 1:30 I'll leave the class. I'll be back home by 2:15. Once I'm back home by 2:15, I'll have my food. 3 o'clock, let's sit. 3 o'clock, I will sit with you guys. We will start with input tax credit at 3 o'clock. Done, everyone? So tomorrow we'll all meet. 3 o'clock, we'll go ahead and start with the input tax credit. And we will go ahead because your customs will be done anyways. 3 to 6, 7, 8. By the time we will go ahead and complete our complete revision for the GST. Are we all clear, everyone? So tomorrow, sir, version 10. Baba, version 10 ka list is also provided on the rameshsoni.com free resources. You can go and see over there. I had gone ahead and provided version 10 and version 11 both ka question answers which are there. ठीक है. Addition question, Baba, additional question, you can do the RTP for May 25 and RTP for November 24. You can do that. That is more than enough. Done, sir? ठीक है. Now listen. So tomorrow 3 o'clock, everyone. I'll schedule one session for tomorrow 3 o'clock. Tomorrow 3 o'clock we will start ITC and we will go ahead and complete our GST ka revision. I believe at least 4 to 5 hours we'll go ahead and take and we'll go ahead and complete this session. Right, everyone? So I'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock, everyone. Right, everyone? Besides that, so 3 to 8 o'clock, 3 to 8 or 9 o'clock, I'll go ahead and finish this session. After that, whatever your doubts are there, etc., I'll go ahead and take. Right, everyone? Thank you so much for joining, everyone. So today, now you guys can go sleep. It's 11:15 already. Drink some water, eat something, and go and sleep. Right, everyone? Tomorrow, what are we going to do? Tomorrow, I'll join you guys at 3 o'clock. I'll go ahead and schedule one session. From 3 o'clock, we are going to do input tax credit. I want all of you to have a fresh mind. So I'm stopping the revision over here. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll start with input tax credit. By 8 or 9 o'clock, complete GST will be done. So people, you have to be ready with your customs and FTP. See, GST, I have taken the responsibility. Now GST ka time of supply is done. Tomorrow, I'll go ahead and do ITC. Complete GST will be done. If you morning, you are done with your customs and FTP. Tomorrow by night, 9 o'clock, you're done with your GST, customs and FTP. Right, everyone? Good night, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock.